day this week only because of that public holiday.
I felt it this morning. In fact, I actually feel like it's a Friday today. I know I know today's. I know that
It's Thursday.
Thursday. Yes.
Today is Thursday.
Thursday. Yep, it's Thursday. Yeah, it's going to be a good show.
You know what? It is Thursday, but that also means we are inching closer and closer to this coming Sunday, which is Mother's Day. It cannot be just an ordinary day. Today's show is all about showing our appreciation to the mother figures in our lives.
Indeed. It was the mother of all nights last night. That's probably why I feel this way. I'm sorry I have to mention it though, because Real Madrid did the impossible. I'm sorry, I have to just throw it out there, but it's okay. We will be spending a beautiful day, all right? This is the life of new mom, Amble, to finding unique Mother's Day gifts with Grant Hines. That's going to be amazing. And then, of course, we've got it all today, including the fitness vibe, right?
That's right. Iantha Africa shares a quick and convenient workout for moms, while myself and Raul, we're going to be taking part in the best Mother's Day milkshake recipe, so that is something to look forward to throughout today. But I'm pretty sure you just want to talk football, right?
No, I'm not. No, it's fine. I'm not going to talk football all the time. I just think it's a real awesome opportunity for us to, real awesome opportunity to be in your company this morning till 9 o'clock, so that's going to be great. We do want to get your opinion on social media, so stand by for two very good-looking individuals, one of which will hold the news for you around a game last night. The other I'll be taking on in the final.
Another red in the face this morning.
He's really good at that, eh? I must say.
First of all, are we sure that it's Thursday and not Friday?
What's going on?
Can we not just clarify that?
Tuesday.
Come on, I think we're a little bit thrown off. Yes, congratulations, Real fans. An incredible fight back last night. And of course, the Champions League final is set. Real Madrid up against Liverpool.
Ooh, it's going to be a good crazy, man. It is set up for the stars. It's going to be a good one indeed.
But lest we forget, it is Mama's Day coming up. And look, maybe your mom's a fan of Real Madrid or Liverpool, and that could be the highlight of their weekend. But of course, we are loving the fact that we're focusing on what our moms have done for us to show gratitude in return. So we're asking you guys this morning, and this is quite an important one because it bears thinking about yourself. Just think about it now. What lessons has your mama taught you? What's the most important lesson your mom taught you?
You know, man, I know it sounds so crazy and it might sound like a joke, but she taught me and she enforced this every day within me that I was special. And she reminded me of that every day. That I took as fact, I took as gold, I took as a lesson to learn, and I believed in that. And I think that's why I'm here today, G.
You are special, man.
Oh, thank you.
So special. It's a very special day. It's going to be a special show. Do you know why I know this? Because it's always a special show. It's always going to be an amazing 3 hours, so let's get it started officially. Keep that conversation going on our social media platforms. But right now, let's give you those major talking points for the day. Mr. Kalista is standing by with the real headlines this morning. Headlines.
Thank you so much, G. Let's take a peek at your headlines. Now, 2 new Omicron subvariants are driving an increase in reported COVID cases in South Africa, the World Health Organization, the WHO, said yesterday, stressing the importance of testing to monitor virus mutations and spread. The heavily mutated and highly transmissible Omicron variant of COVID-19, which was first detected in Southern Africa in November last year and rapidly spread globally, is now the dominant variant, accounting for almost all new cases. The WHO said early data suggests vaccination remains protective against severe disease and death. Thousands of mine workers, meanwhile, at Sibanye-Stillwater mine in a western area were vowed yesterday to push on with their wage demands during a strike that began nearly 2 months ago. Now, they're demanding an increase of 1,000 Rand per month, while their employer is only offering a rise of 850 Rand, saying anything more will have a substantial knock-on effect on the profitability of the company. A strike by some 3,000 workers was declared on the 9th of March after wage talks failed. Since then, workers have lost more than 1 billion Rand in wages. On to international news. Some 100,000 Kenyans from the Talai clan have written to Britain's Prince William to seek an apology and his support for reparations of human rights abuses they say they suffered during British colonial rule. The letter says the British government has declined to engage with the clan's representatives and they're therefore reaching out to the prince and, quote, because Kenya is special to him. The Talai says the British government has declined to recognize the suffering of its members during the colonial era. Now, Russia has dismissed speculation that it will declare all-out war on Ukraine in the coming days as nonsense. Moscow has until now denied it is at war, instead referring to the invasion as a special military operation. But Western officials speculate that President Vladimir Putin could use the victory parade on Monday to announce all-out war on Ukraine. Earlier, the EU proposed some of its toughest measures yet against Russia, including a total ban on oil imports and sanctions on war crimes suspects. And now a piece of news that's gonna get you smiling. Meet the new Max Verstappen, a 4-year-old boy from the Netherlands. Of course, took his mom's car for a joyride on Saturday. Now, the unnamed lad managed to unlock the vehicle, clamber inside, and take off for a spin, all while clad in his pajamas. Good attire for that. Unfortunately for the young adventurer, he had a huge prank, crashing into 2 parked cars. Police in the city of Utrecht contacted the boy's mother, and while he spoke to her on the phone, they realized that he'd been driving. Taken to the scene, he was asked if he knew how the car worked, upon which he deftly unlocked the car with the keys and put the right key in the ignition, went to the clutch with his left foot, and then stepped on the gas. Fortunately, the cops saw the funny side, dubbing the 4-year-old the new Max Verstappen after the world champion Dutch Formula 1 driver. Highly amused, the cops gave him some hot chocolate and a teddy bear, good talking to as well, to help him recover from this ordeal. And on that note, which is kind of a sport note, I leave you to Graham, who's got the sports details for you, and of course the reason for my tired eyes this morning.
So we open with the important news story this morning. Let's start with cricket. No, I'm kidding. Let's start with some football. Manchester City suffered one of the most undoubtedly remarkable Champions League collapses as Real Madrid came from the abyss to set up a final showdown with Liverpool. It has the markings of an absolute classic, this one. Our City were 2 goals ahead on aggregate going into the 90th minute. That was after Riyad Mahrez's strike had added to their 4-3 first leg win last week. And then Rodrigo happened. The Brazilian substitute turned home as Karim Benzema's left-wing ball from close range in that final minute found his foot with Real's very first shot on target. Then 90 seconds later, he levelled the tie with a header into the top corner. That was after Marco Asensio flicked on a Dani Carvajal cross. And so to extra time, the game went, and it was Real who got the decisive goal in yet another classic Champions League tie. Benzema beating Ruben Dias to a loose ball in the box. He was brought down by the City defender, and he stepped up to take the penalty himself, and in so doing scored his 43rd goal of the season, underpinning just how important he's been for their charge this year. But we now await a remarkable final showdown. Then we move to rugby, a bit of a coup for the Sharks. They have landed another huge signing with Springbok centre Rowan Janse van Rensburg heading back down to Durban. The 27-year-old, who has one Bok cap that came in 2016, will join from the English Premiership, where he's been really turning out for Sale Sharks since 2017-2018 season. Janse van Rensburg was a fan favourite at the Lions during their Super Rugby dominance that saw them contest 3 Super Rugby finals in a row. That was between 2016 and 2018, and he'll be on a 3-year deal, but a fantastic signing. Then we do move on to cricket, and the Chennai Super Kings. They've been eliminated from the playoff potential with a 13-run loss at the hands of the Royal Challengers Bangalore, who reignited their stuttering campaign with an important victory in their IPL encounter. So RCB, they posted a challenging total of 173 for 8, despite an innings of 56 from just 37 balls by South African Kiwi Devon Conway. CSK, they fell comfortably short on 160 for 8. Then 38 from Faf du Plessis and a 42 from Mahipelo Moror. They helped RCB post the challenging total. Shal Patel was then the pick of the bowlers for Bangalore with 3 wickets from 35 balls. So that result means that Chennai have just 3 wins from their 10 matches, while RCB, they've moved into a share of 3rd place on the log. Then we move on to tennis. The winners of this year's singles events at the French Open stand to earn a whopping €2.2 million each. After 2 years affected by COVID-19, when the prize money dipped, it's almost now on par with 2019, when Rafa Nadal and Ashley Barty pocketed a cool €2.3 million each for their wins. Now, the overall prize money for this year's Roland Garros, which runs from the 22nd of this month to the 5th of June, has now gone up to €43.6 million. euros. The overall prize money for the men's and women's singles main draw 1.43% higher than in 2019. Way to beat inflation. And that's where we leave our sporting headlines for this hour at least. We'll make Carl smile again at 7 o'clock. But right now, let's see what the weather has in store for us today.
And first, a little bit of environmental news. An international team of scientists recently wrote a letter to the journal Science, asserting that recycling wasn't a long-term solution to the growing sea of plastic pollution, polluting our soil, rivers, oceans, the air we breathe, and even our bloodstream and lungs. They argued that its production must not only be regulated, but capped and phased out. They stated that even if humankind improved recycling and attempted to manage waste as much as possible, more than 17 million tons of plastic per year would still be released into nature. Earlier this year, at the UN Environment Assembly in Nairobi, Kenya, representatives of 175 countries adopted a global treaty to end plastic pollution. The goal, to put together a draft of the legally binding agreement by the end of 2024. Negotiations are set to begin at the end of this month, but since plastic takes hundreds of years to decompose, there is an enormous task ahead to deal with the plastic that already exists. Well, from some environmental news, we now move on to those gorgeous sunrise views captured by you. One of our regular photographers, Nancy Govender from Pennington in KZN, shared this breathtaking image of the sky displaying a beautiful hues of oranges and pinks while she overlooks the ocean. Absolutely gorgeous. And then sticking to the same province in KZN, if you were wondering where our very own Uncle Tubbsy has been this week, well, he is exploring KZN and he shared these stunning images showing off some breathtaking sunrises as well as sunsets and his own dance moves. But this is only a sneak peek, because later in the show we will be catching up with him and to discover all of the cool activities you can do in the area. Let's look at your temperatures across the country. We head on over to Polokwane. Your low is 10, your high is 24. Mbombela 12 with a high of 26. Pretoria 10, 24. Johannesburg 10 with a high of 23. Partly cloudy in Mahikeng with a high of 25. A sunny day in Klerksdorp, 6 is your low, 25 your high. Kimberley 9, 25. Bloemfontein 5, also reaching a high of 25. If you're in Richards Bay, a sunny day ahead, a low of 12, a high of 28. Pietermaritzburg sunny, reaching a high of 27. Durban 16, 26, Mthatha 11, reaching a high of 29. A sunny day in East London, 17 is your low, 27 your high. Cradock 8, reaching a high of 26. If you're in Gqeberha, a low of 15 and a high of 26 for today. George 12, reaching a high of 26. Cape Town 14, reaching a high of 22. Worcester sunny with a high of 31 for today. Sutherland 8, 24, and Uppington a low of 12 and a high of 30 degrees Celsius. Well, that's where I leave your weather for now. I'll have another update shortly after 7.
It's going to be a great morning. I don't know what it is. There's something in the air. There's an energy about this morning for some reason. And what you need for energy is some incredible oat waffles. And when I say oat and waffles, like a healthy waffle, that's what's going to happen. This is going to be great.
I can't wait for that, man. Anticipating that indeed. And also, we are going to be looking at the most anticipated mobile games, because Grant Hines is in the building to share the latest. Don't go anywhere, Mzansi. We'll be back in just a bit.
Papa G is back. Time to take a techie turn. We love exploring the latest on the tech front on a Thursday. And being a Tech Thursday on your Feel Good Breakfast show, it's time now to focus on something pretty cool. Mobile games have really stepped up in quality and I think in performance, thanks to the improvements, of course, made on smartphones, which are now incredibly powerful. And 2022 is the year of the smartphone game with some incredible releases coming out. And Grant is here to take us through his pick of the lot.
Graham, you smell very nice today.
Thank you, man.
That's I'm impressed. You know, it's nice being in studio when there's an aroma in here, which is great.
I aim to please, my friend. Your hair looks spectacular.
Thanks, man. Thanks. So I love mobile games. I really do, and it's one of the things that a lot of people don't expect of me.
I was going to say, this makes me appreciate it even more because I assume you are like the purest, most ardent, hardened gamer that never leaves his PC, but you'll play on any console. You do what you got to do, man.
If it's a good game, I'll play on that medium. And what's happening with phones is absolutely bonkers. This year, we're seeing some incredible phones get released, and because of the power, game manufacturers are bringing some exciting games.
I played Call of Duty on a mobile device. I mean, get out.
Call of Duty Mobile is great, and they came out. But this year, like, there's been a whole series of announcements of games that I'm really excited about, and I convinced the team up here to let me talk about it. So
Come on,
let me talk about it
excited, man. I'm looking
So the
forward to
first game is Rainbow Six Siege Mobile.
Okay.
So I'm a big Rainbow Six fan. I've always enjoyed Rainbow Six when it came out. The original Rainbow Six actually came out, fun fact, when I was in high school in grade 8, and I used to run out of my under 14E rugby team matches on Saturdays so that I could play it. And now the mobile game is out, and it looks better than the game that I played at school, and it's on someone's phone, which is wild.
That's insane.
So it's a 5v5 co-op shooter, which means that there are attackers and there are defenders, and you've got to make sure that you are either defusing a bomb or making sure that you're protecting the bomb, depending on what team that you're on.
Yeah.
And a lot of strategy, a lot of like chess-like maneuvers, which is great. And I never thought I'd ever see.
Is it
Rainbow
connected?
Six.
Do you play against other players?
You play online. It's 5v5.
really?
Yeah. So it's
Cool.
full-on multiplayer, voice chat, everything, which is
Love it.
wow.
Rainbow Six Siege, awesome. It's made the leap to the phone, and we love it.
The latest announcement is Warcraft Arclight Rumble. Now, it's a strange-looking game. I don't know too much about it other than the trailers that they've released, and obviously we're all going to probably deduce what it's like.
But it's Warcraft, dude.
But it's Warcraft. Do you remember Clash Royale? I don't know if you. I know a lot of people. If you play Clash Royale at home and you're watching this, please let us know on socials. I'd like to know. I know there are a lot of you that play Clash Royale.
I don't play it like religiously, but I have played it. It's
People
cool,
love that game. So this is Blizzard's take on it. Blizzard are, veterans in the gaming world, and I'm really excited to see what it looks like, and how it plays.
Because I think in that space with those kind of, I call them card-driven games, that kind of, there is an opportunity on the phone for that, and especially when you combine that with the networking element. Brilliant. Cannot wait for Warcraft.
A lot of cooperative stuff, which is really exciting. So I'm really excited for that. Then the last one is Apex Legends Mobile. Apex Legends is a very popular first-person shooter that you get on PC, and it looks absolutely ridiculous on mobile.
Wow.
Somebody said, yo, people are screaming in the studio here. Now,
This is like Far Cry. This looks like Far Cry.
So it's a battle royale. So battle royale, a lot like Fortnite, like tactics. But the whole idea is that you work together as 3 players, and you have to be the last people surviving on a map. You've got all these different abilities. So it's a hero shooter. That's what the genre is called. And it's there are like 60 people on a map, and you've got to be the last one standing, and you're going to be able to sit down and play it on your phone. What I enjoy about games like this is a lot of them are cross-platform. So it means that I'm not sure if this is going to be cross-platform, but it means that you can play on your phone while somebody else in the household plays on their PC
on the computer. So like
or on a console.
we've been doing with Fortnite. People have been playing on all sorts of mediums.
And as parents, it's such a great opportunity because it's expensive to buy multiple consoles for the house.
For sure,
It's completely ridiculous.
Well, you want to maximize your investment in your tech. So whatever tech you're going with, you want to be able to get as much out of that as you possibly can.
And having like a really high-end mobile device and being able to play a game with your son or with the rest of the family, but from your phone, is just such a valuable, underrated experience.
Oh, I can't wait until I can start getting into virtual realms with my kid when we're on the other sides of the world. And I love the fact that he's going to have a digital profile and my digital profile, and we can meet and we can have a digital life together as well. That being said, all of this, are there any barriers to entry? What level of smartphone do you need, and what kind of performance does your phone need to have to be able to run that kind of...
It's getting better and better. So what would be considered considered like an entry-level phone is now being able to accommodate these new games. And remember, these game developers want as many people to play as possible. So creating games only for flagship phones is not in their best interest.
They're trying to make it accessible, yeah.
But getting a flagship device means that you get the best experience. I mean, you know, this is the S22 Ultra. This has got 120 FPS, so you get a lot of those games.
Yeah, it's probably better than my TV at home, really. Yeah.
It's probably better.
Let's be honest.
But you can do entry-level stuff as well. So there's no remember they want as many people to play games as possible, and yeah, they are building these games for as many phones as.
We love Candy Crush, but it's not the only mobile game. Okay, there are ways that you can really push yourself out there into unique, amazing worlds that you've seen on other platforms that have now gone mobile, and we love it. All right, I've worked up a little bit of an appetite there. I think it's time for a bit of breakfast, please, guys, if you will.
Oh, and it's going to be a delicious breakfast, G-Man. So how's this? The waffles that we are making today will have you putting down the golden syrup and reaching for some extra sprinkling of cheese. Now, the balance between sweetness from the light and fluffy waffles topped with some creamy avo, crisp bacon, and a perfectly fried egg. It really is the perfect combination to kickstart a day and, of course, to spoil mom this Mother's Day. Michaela's here in the kitchen to show us just how quick and easy this delicious recipe is. Michaela, have you got plans to spoil mom?
My dad, I think, is planning something.
Okay. So dad's
Sorry,
in
Mom, if
charge
you're watching
of Mother's Day festivities. We won't out the plans just yet. We're making waffles for breakfast.
I know, I love waffles.
I love waffles.
I love waffles. Cheesy waffles. Waffles in general.
Just waffles in general.
Yeah.
I love how earlier when Wasty was talking about oat waffles. Now, oat in Afrikaans means old.
Oh,
oat,
yes.
But it's
Yeah.
oat, as in the cereal oat, the grain. Oat waffles.
Wow.
Sorry. That stuck with me.
Okay, so you have some semi-beat up egg whites there, but you're gonna have to go hard because we kind of need those a little bit fluffier for now.
Okay, and there's no electric beater being used for this.
No, it got disowned after Jamie doesn't like it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we have the egg yolks over here. We have some butter.
My arms are tired already.
I know. Go for gold. And a cup and a half of buttermilk. Let's see.
That is perfect in terms of measurements. Now, how stiff must these be?
Fluffy peaks.
Fluffy peaks.
But if you can't get it to fluffy peaks, we're gonna have to make it work.
I'm so tired.
Go. Switch arms. Change methods.
No, yeah. Stick to the right hand.
Then once all your wet ingredients are mixed together, you just want to throw in some normal flour, and then we have some ground oats. So you can just put it in a blender if you'd like, or you can just buy the pre-made oat flour. Then we have some salt, some baking soda, some baking powder, some sugar, and some turmeric.
Okay.
Turmeric is good for you.
And it's also going to add a nice color to our waffles.
100%.
Are these soft pecan?
No.
Okay, I'm going to request an electric beater, please. Kitchen fairies. This is arm workout.
You're doing so well. Okay, I'll give you that a pass.
There we go.
There we go.
Those are
well
good.
Done. That was great. You did so well.
The sarcasm in your voice.
That's just my voice. Don't ever take me seriously. Okay, and you want to fold those egg whites in. Try not to destroy too much of the integrity.
Okay, because I've worked hard to get the egg.
Yeah, 100%. Figure of 8 those egg whites in.
Figure of 8 those egg white ends. So how far in advance can I make this?
You could make it the morning of and then... Actually, no, the day before. But you don't want to keep it for too long because we do have the egg whites in here, so you don't want them to deflate too much.
Okay.
And sometimes they get a bit oozy if you let them sit
So
for too long.
best to make it fresh, but if mom is maybe want to sleep in a little bit and you make the waffles quite early, can we keep it warm in some way?
You
the
could
oven?
always, put them in the oven afterwards, or just heat up a pan, put them on the pan, and just give them a good old fry. Maybe with a little bit of butter.
Okay.
Butter makes everything better.
The more butter, the better. Also, maybe pop it in the toaster just to freshen it up a little
yes. Okay, that's if you're going for the healthy route. I wasn't.
bit. Okay, so we've got our the waffles in the waffle maker, and now it's all about serving it to mom. So we've got some ready-made waffles here. We are not adding syrup, but we are going to be adding some crispy bacon. We've got some creamy avo. I see you've perfectly cooked your egg sunny side up.
Yes, oh, it's right over there. Okay, so if you could layer some of our sour cream just in between
the different. There we go.
I have this fried eggy over here.
We are layering it, right?
Yes. Oh, someone already sliced the avo.
Listen, this
Thank
is
you.
They make it amazing, but they can't give me an electric beater, but that's fine.
Oh, so salty about the electric beater today.
It was my workout for the day.
Okay, you were using the spoon, so I just grotesquely used my fingers to get the avo out. But
that's now your breakfast. That's a clever way of ensuring your breakfast.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Avo. Bacon.
Oh, all the layers, and then this perfect egg. It's perfect. You used all the cutlery that was presented to us.
Oh, go.
This is pressure.
Go. Oh, nice. And then some coriander, my favorite.
Okay.
Just gonna put on there.
There we go. Breakfast for mom. If you want to get your hands on this delicious savory oat waffles that we've just made, they are new. They are available on our website, expressoshow.com. Of course, spoil mom this Mother's Day, and perhaps even after Mother's Day. This is such a great savory recipe for a nice little lunch, but especially for brunch. Michaela, thank you.
Thank you.
You need to go wash your hands.
Always.
What's beta-glucan? Hello, do you know what beta-glucan is? What is beta-glucan? No one knows what beta-glucan is.
Beta-glucan is a natural fiber in jungle oats that helps lower cholesterol and keep hearts well.
Jungle, do life with heart.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. A beautiful Thursday morning. Fast approaching the end of the first hour. We'll get back into those news headlines. And of course, we can make little Carlita smile one more time because Real Madrid are in the finals of the UEFA Champions League. But now let's celebrate motherhood and a beautiful connection with a beautiful family who we love so much. We know that Grant Hines and Amber Barnard may know everything there is to know in the universe of tech and gaming, but another world that they've entered into and are getting a crash course is, of course, being a parent to their beautiful baby daughter, Jamie. Now, with Amber about it to celebrate her first ever Mother's Day as a mom, we caught up with them to see how the first-timers are winning at parenthood. Take a look.
Hey guys, welcome to our home. Come inside.
I think the first 2 months were probably the hardest months that we've been through together as a couple, but now that she's turned 3 months, we're actually enjoying her so much, and she's so happy all the time, and it has been a lot more than we expected, I think. We had to learn on the fly and learn something new every single day.
It's like a roller coaster. There are so many extreme highs that I never thought I'd experience in my life, and extreme lows, and they can happen in the same hour. But it is a journey that it's hard to describe to somebody. You know, you're just filled with this like joy. I miss her when I go to bed at night. You know, when we put her down to sleep, like I literally miss her. So like, yeah, it's a strange feeling that I've never ever had.
Now you have someone's life in your hands. You know, it's not just about you anymore. It's completely about this other person that's solely dependent on you, and every decision you make, you have to consider them. I could be having the worst day in the world, and when she looks at me and smiles, it's fine. I'm really excited for my first Mother's Day. I've always celebrated it with my own mom, and now for the first time, I'm a mom. So it's really exciting. I mean, she can't really do anything yet for it. She's too young, but I think it's still special knowing that I'm a mom now.
This is going to be Abel's first Mother's Day, and it's kind of a surreal thing because it's this day that's always about your mother, and for the first time in our lives, it's going to be about my partner too. So I'm thinking of a couple of ways to give her a little bit of a break to spoil her.
Because being a parent is so busy and you're thinking about your baby all the time, once you find a product that works, it's really nice to just stick with that and you feel quite relieved. The great thing about Purity Baby Laundry Wash is that there's no colorants and chlorine, so it's very good for the babies and their little sensitive skin and for keeping the clothes going. You don't want to destroy them with harsh chemicals either.
Being hands-on as a father is very important to me. A lot of people say that dad is babysitting or something, but I'm fathering my daughter, and it's a very big deal to me. It's my role, it's my responsibility, and we both see our roles as primary parents. There's no secondary parent in our relationship. We both are primary parents, so the roles are split equally. Whatever Abel can do, I should be able to do as well.
Some things I'm learning about being a mom is that you have to learn everything on the fly as quickly as possible, and there's no amount of baby books or Google or anything that can help you. Every single baby is completely different, so you have to learn how your baby responds to things and what you can do for them.
One of the things that I admire about Abel the most is just her willingness to be agile and adapt, and I think being a mother is extremely challenging. It's one of those things that people romanticize quite a lot, and seeing her get thrown into what is a very challenging role and completely dominate it and take it in her stride and become the best mother that I've ever witnessed is just like, it's incredible that she gets to be the mother of my child. My favorite part right now of being a dad is putting her to sleep. She sleeps pretty comfortably in my arms, and it was something when she had colic and we were using gripe water to try to calm her down. It was a lot harder to get her to sleep, but now she's got past the colic phase and she's just so restful. She just falls asleep in my arms, and it's super heartwarming.
One thing all parents can agree on is that sometimes we get a bit of decision fatigue with all of the products and things out there, so it's really great to have a brand that you know and trust that we can use going forward. What's really great about Purity as well is that there's products for mums too. So there's products for your baby and for you, for pre-pregnancy, during your pregnancy and after. With both of us working from home, we don't get a lot of opportunity to leave it. So it's really good for us as a family to bond and get some exercise by walking with her every day so that she can also see the outside world.
Oh, wow. Hey, how gorgeous is that little girl? Those eyes. prize, bro.
I know, that's my child.
Oh, you must be so proud of your girls, man. I mean, you've got the opportunity, and I know you're going to say it many times, but how you feel about Amber when you look at her in that setting and you see her with your gorgeous little girl?
I am so proud of her, number one. Like, I think a lot of fathers out there who have mothers will know that prior to being a mother, there's literally like a crossing of a barrier. They become someone else.
Yeah.
And they take up this realm of responsibility.
It's becoming, for sure.
Just becoming. And it's like, to see your partner do that and step up to the plate and just transform into this, like...
And they do it so naturally often as well, despite the challenges. I think that's mind-blowing.
There's no other word. I was trying to think of a word. There's no other word but motherly. Like, you're like, wow, like, who is this person? And, like, you just have this confidence and this quiet, like, partnership with this person that, Jamie's going to be looked after and that things are going to get done. There's no insecurity about, like, this whole thing, like, collapsing, you know? That's, it's such a...
Oh, you guys are doing an amazing job, and it's only going to get better, my friend. You will sleep a little bit more. I promise. It does. It's a sliding scale.
Please.
But we are loving our mothers at the moment and celebrating everything they do for us. In fact, let's reward one of those mamas right now.
I hope you'll always know how much I love you. I hope that you never stop learning and growing.
It all begins with purity.
Mother's Day is indeed coming up, and of course we've got those Mother's Day feels, and somebody is going to be a winner of an incredible prize. So stand by for this.
Introducing new Panado Pediatric Syrup 5ml sachets. They're really convenient to pack and easy to use, so you're always prepared for pain and fever, anytime, anywhere.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, there is nothing more all-encompassing, influential, and unconditional than the love a mother has for her children. I mean, who can deny this? And the warmth and care she shares makes anywhere feel like home. And now, with our Panado Mother's Day competition, you have the chance to nominate a phenomenal mother figure in your life to win a cash prize of 2,500 Rand. And today, we have our second lucky winner on the line.
All right, here we go. The jig came out. The jig came out. All right, so here we go. Congratulations, my pair for Elsie Seshabella! Thank you! That's it! Yes! Okay. Thank you. This seems
I love it.
everybody's getting 10 Rand. Right. So this is how the comment went. Well done. Oh my word, this is going to be a fantastic moment. Here's the nomination comment. I need to read this before we chat to our winner today. I nominate my mom because she's our all-in-one. She's our chef when we're hungry, our pillar of strength when we're going through challenges. The one I love most is that she's our doctor when we are sick. Now, she always mentions hashtag Panada to us and her grandchildren. She always has a hashtag, a dose of care in her heart for us and the community. Hashtag Expresso Show. This is incredible. And, of course, the mother of the moment is on the line.
Mapef, how are you doing?
I'm very good, thanks, and you?
Oh, we are just full of smiles here, hearing how elated you are. How are you feeling about being an official winner?
I'm so excited. It feels like I could explode. Thank you very much.
Well, you know, you are an incredible mom, and the great thing about moms like you is that you don't expect anything in return, but of course, we had to give you something, so well done. How will you and your wonderful mom be celebrating Mother's Day?
Well, I'm taking her out, we'll be eating, then after I'll get her some present, something that will last for a while, you know?
Ah, I like that. So you're going to be using all the prize money then for moms?
Yes, anything for her. She's my rock.
Oh, absolutely love it. I'm so glad that we can be a part of making your Mother's Day even more special because, let's be honest, she definitely deserves it. And thank you for coming through and writing that incredible message. Oh, I'm so happy. Why am I so happy?
No, I'm happy because the thing is we must show our love for our moms. It doesn't matter if it's Mother's Day or not, and you've shown that today. So congratulations. Enjoy the cash prize and have a blessed Mother's Day with your super mom. It sounds like it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You got a message from mom you want to share?
Honey.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
That's so beautiful. The nomination was so well worded, and it's true. Mothers wear so many hats, and we appreciate every single one of those. And of course, Panada just wants you to celebrate your mom this particular Mother's Day, this Sunday. Panada Mother's Day, this prize money could not have come at a better time, of course. And if you want to stand the chance of being the next winner, then enter the Panada Mother's Day competition. Do it right now and make Ryle feel just the way he did now, with a bit of a jig for your mom.
Yes!
We are celebrating Mother's Day with Panado. Join Expresso weekday mornings to stand a chance of winning 2,500 Rand per day until Tuesday, 10th of May. Nominate a phenomenal mother by replying to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook or Twitter pages and tell us why they are a magnificent mother. Remember to tag the person you are nominating and to use hashtag Panado and hashtag A Dose of Care. Competition closes Tuesday, 10th of May at 8 a.m. when our 10th winner will be announced. T's and C's to be found on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You're back in time. Good morning. This is Expresso, your feel-good breakfast show, and you're joining us as we celebrate mothers all over the world with deals on tech that any mom would be thrilled to receive this Mother's Day. Now, our gaming guru, Grant Hines, he is here with some really cool tech goodies, and these are ideas from game stores that includes ways for mom to listen to her favorite tunes and an item or two to help her stay active and fit. Grant, this is always so exciting and fun to, you know, gift mom a gift and to spoil her for Mother's Day. And going the tech route is something quite different.
I always go the tech route. So I'm super lame like that. But why I like getting tech for moms is that my mom will never buy it for herself.
Okay.
And then when she gets like a wireless headphone or something, and then she goes, wow, this is life-changing. And I go like, I know, right? You should have done this.
A while ago.
So like, yeah. So, and also for those of you watching who are interested in buying tech for your mother, you probably know better. So you know that you're getting like a really good product. So let's chat about some of these
let's jump
products.
into them. So, like, I think, you know, headphones, is that something that's a good gift for mom?
Yes. Actually, I bought my mom headphones recently, which is great. But we got these Sony Bluetooth headphones. And what I like about them is that, firstly, they're Bluetooth. That's really great. And they're also extremely well priced. They're like 599 Rand, which is great. And I like this minimalist design.
Okay.
So the Sony ones always look like understated. And they're very versatile. You can take them to gym. You can work around the house with them if you're doing any kind of gardening or whatever.
Is that something mom can attach to the TV if she really wants to watch her favorite movie really, really loud and dad's not interested? Is that something that those headphones?
Funny story. We used to go to the movies with my mom on Mother's Day. It used to be a thing, and we always watch an action movie. So my brother and I would go. So I remember one Mother's Day we went to go watch Triple X. So yes, I can imagine my mom watching Triple X with those headphones, going on Vin Diesel. Let's go. Yeah, but they've got an HD noise cancelling processor, which is absolutely incredible. So again, it's perfect for watching TV if your TV supports Bluetooth.
Okay.
But because it's Bluetooth, it speaks to your phone, obviously. So put your phone on, put on some Spotify, go do some work in the garden, just cut out the family for a little bit. Mom needs some space, which is great. Yeah, so I highly recommend that.
Okay, so moving from headphones, let's talk about the Polaroid single touch active watch. It sounds super fancy. What is great about this for mom? Like, what are some of the key features?
Okay, a smartwatch is something, it's probably one of the last things my mom would buy for herself, but when you've used a smartwatch, you'll know all the benefits of like the health benefits. It's hard to go back. I mean, I've still got my smartwatch on. Like, it's hard to move away from not having a smartwatch. And this Polaroid one, there's a lot of different benefits. Firstly, extremely well priced for a smartwatch at $3.99, which is great. But it also measures your blood pressure. It's got a blood pressure indicator.
Wow.
It's a pedometer. Most of those do. It's got Bluetooth connectivity. So again, you can potentially Bluetooth it to your headphones if you've got music stored on your watch. It's got a sleep monitor. It's got incoming calls and messages. So you can see like, oh, mom can see like while she's driving or who's calling, so or who to call back, and you'll have notifications on your watch, which is great.
That's actually such a great idea, because my mom is quite big on and proud of her step count every day.
Yes.
So how is this Polaroid single touch watch great for moms on the go?
Perfect. It's got a pedometer in it. So the pedometer measures your footsteps as you go around, and it's got a remote camera feature.
Ooh.
So, yes, so one of the great things is you have your phone up and you put it on the other side of the room, and you could just use your watch to then trigger the camera and snap the camera across the room, which is great because you can also do group Mother's Day photos using mom's new smartwatch.
And that's cool. No one has to run to the camera. The timer's on, you know, everyone is in the photo. That is really, really cool. Grant, am I allowed to ask, what are you getting mom? What is on your tech list for mom this year? I need some gift-giving inspiration.
Well, I mean, a great pair of headphones I've just got. A smartwatch would actually be a good idea.
I'm also thinking the smartwatch for mom.
I don't know. My mom's watching this. I can't say it on TV. This is national TV. She's going to, Mom, I'm not getting you a smartwatch for Mother's Day. Promise. But yeah, my mom's very excited. She always goes, well, we've got Jamie, so you've given me the best Mother's Day present already. But like, you know how mothers are. They actually do want a present. Because if you don't do it, then they say, oh, but you don't love me, you didn't give me anything. And then if you've got siblings, they've got your mom something, and then you sitting there like twiddling your thumbs going, oh, Mom, you said you didn't want anything. I'm just honoring your request.
There we go.
But,
well, Grant, thank you for bringing us all of these fantastic options that Game has to offer. And I'm sure that a lot of our viewers will also be checking out these unbeatable Mother's Day gifting ideas from Game stores. And remember, store opening hours are Monday to Friday from 9 to 6, Saturdays from 9 to 5, and Sundays and public holidays from 9 to 4 to shop these awesome gift-giving ideas for mom. You better hurry up before it's too late.
You got Game.
You got Game, but it was Mother's Day. We actually asked you something very, very important. You know that mothers, they wear so many hats. We've been mentioning this, but they're also great teachers. And they teach us so many different things. And that's why we went to social media and we asked, what did your mom teach you? What's the
And I love it
lesson?
because it's not an active lesson through voice. It's what they prove through the way that they live.
Exactly.
They're our example. So let's see what pillar in your life your mom has set up for you. Tandeka Tandi saying, well, my mom has taught me a lot of things. One that stands out, she taught me how to be independent. I like that, Tandeka.
It's powerful. Daphne is saying, good morning all. My mom taught me to be grateful for everything I have. Patient and considerate to others. That's very, very, the word is indeed motherly in that front.
And Daphne gives us that vibe.
Yes,
she's so nurturing for us all the time and sends us such sweet messages. So I think she's taken a lot of that on board herself. Undoubtedly, I think it seems that compassion seems to be one that is running as a constant stream through.
Yeah.
Let's see what our beautiful viewers are saying. There we go. Jocelyn saying, good morning, my mom, good morning, my Expresso family. My mom taught me to respect and love unconditionally and to never discuss your plans with whoever. I like that. Never forget to always pray and be grateful. She's late now, 2 years. I miss her tremendously. Blessed you. Well, we are sending you so much love, and we hope that you really love remembering those magical moments with her this Mother Day.
And then, of course, we have Marlene. Marlene saying, good morning, Team Expresso. Goeiemorgen. My mum has taught me good values, but this stands out out for me, of course, and that's love and forgiveness as well, which is so, so important, especially forgiveness. I think we need to really take that on board. Often we forget about how important it is to forgive yourself for the day-to-day things. We're not perfect, and the great thing about our moms is that it shows you that our perfection and our vulnerability, it's part of our strength. That's what moms do.
Yeah, and they suck it up and they keep on pushing forward. The perseverance of my mother, I think, what stands out the most for me. Nothing ever could beat her, and I absolutely love the fact that we have this opportunity to celebrate our moms. Shouldn't be just once a year, so do it every day. Please show the love and appreciation your mama deserves. In fact, let's try and capture some of that spirit right now.
Indeed.
Simple as CBD should be.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beautiful souls. Thank you so much for keeping it locked. It's been a beautiful show so far, but we are missing one notable, very big personality.
Indeed.
On our floor this morning, and we're missing him, man.
Yeah, man, I would like to ask the big question. It's been lingering. It's been actually eating at me throughout the entire morning. Where in the world is Tabiso?
Where is he, man?
Where?
We've missed it, man. And we've been wondering, and if you've been wondering where this wonderful human being is, well, it seems that he has been out exploring the world, jet-setting in KZN at the Africa Travel Indaba, taking place down in Durbs. We set the scene for it last week, massive, a continental celebration. So let's connect with him right now to see how his time in South Africa's playground is going and what we can expect from the what he's going to be enjoying over the next couple of days. And I understand that we have the man. We've managed to track him down. He's swimming in an ocean. No, he's not. He's riding on a dolphin in Durban right now.
He's wearing a leather jacket. Uncle Tabsi.
Okay, dolphin. Just, guys, please, keep the dolphin there. Keep it there, please. Sorry, you know, you can't trust anyone to do anything sometimes.
You just can't find good help in the ocean anymore, man. Buddy, we are so excited to connect with you. We've been missing you. How's it going? What are you up to, bro?
Well, I've been missing you guys as well, and I wish that you guys were here experiencing all of this magic down in KZN with me. So what's happening here is it's called the Africa Travel Indaba. It really is all about bringing leaders and buyers and travel professionals and tourism professionals from across the continent and beyond, and really getting them all to share their ideas of what their travel looks like post-COVID. But what's been really exciting for me is really getting to experience KZN in a fresh, new and dynamic way again. I mean, this province, I thought I knew it until I got to experience it all again the last couple of days. It's beautiful. It's all about inspired traveling post-COVID, and it's beautiful.
And moving really fast, I understand it, on 4 wheels.
Interesting.
Buddy, the thought of putting you on a powerful quad bike is something that's quite terrifying to me. How did that experience play out?
Oh, Graham, you know, I mean, anyone that's ever seen me drive a normal car, right, a passenger vehicle, will tell you, you know, I'm not the maybe best driver out there, right? I like to put the car through its paces and really test its limits and my own limits. I've never been quad biking before until, 2 days ago. I did that, in KZN. My word, I think actually, forget passenger vehicles. I'm going to get a quad bike. That's all I want to drive from now on.
Cape Town,
beware. On the highway doing that, that's it.
Oh, buddy, you look resplendent on the back of that quad.
Yes, you don't look nervous at all. You were moving so fast, Uncle Tabzi. This is great. But, when it comes to this Indaba, KZN has been through it over the past, couple of weeks. So looking at the travel, being more positive about the area, what are you looking forward to most about the next part of the Indaba?
Well, the beautiful thing, and it's good to mention that KZN has been through quite a bit, right? Just like any other part of the world, yes, there was COVID, and that had a hard knock on jobs and so much in that sort of space, in the travel and tourism space for KZN. I think specifically when it comes to the more recent events, with the floods and all of that, we've seen so much destruction. But seeing the commitment by the government, by KZN Tourism Authority and its various sort of stakeholders, that commitment to really make sure that they look after all these areas that have been affected and looking at plans to make sure that this sort of thing doesn't leave people in, I suppose, in distress in the way that it
dire
has.
straits,
Is exciting. But what I'm looking forward to, and today is the last day of the Indaba, is really seeing all of these amazing African stories come together. Because it's not just about KZN, the Africa's Travel Indaba. It's about the entire continent. And what's really come through strongly over the last couple of days is how similar we are as African continents. We've all got the same sort of vision for what we want for our countries and our regions. And there's so much opportunity for all of us to collaborate and play together. I mean, I met some incredible people from Ghana who've in fact even invited the Expresso show to come through to Ghana. So I'm very excited about getting all of those kind of stories coming together and seeing the similarities really become clearer and where we're going to be traveling together and collaborating as African countries.
Absolutely love it, buddy, and I love the fact that Durban is being set up as the epicenter of tourism and travel, the gateway to Africa as well. Absolutely love what their tourism fraternity there is doing. And, buddy, I think your dolphin is getting lonely. Go and hop back on board, get back onto the ocean, and let's hope the Indaba wraps up with a bit of a party for you today as well, so you can see how Africans celebrate as well. But, Uncle Tabzi, you stay safe, enjoy it, be careful out on the quad bikes, and enjoy it. We look forward to catching up on all of the amazing adventures and things that you're doing at the Indaba. But, buddy, enjoy it. Savor every second.
Thank you very, very much, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. My rich guy, the dolphin, I'm ready. I'm back now. Okay, guys, gotta go. Let me tell you, bye.
Back on his dolphin, and he's off. That's the first hour of the show done and dusted. We'll reconnect with Tabiso tomorrow and start seeing what's been going on in his adventures. But let's get a broader scope now of what's going on in the world around us with those news headlines and, of course, the sport.
Thank you, Graham. It's about a minute away from 7. Let's look at your national headlines. Exhibitors attending Africa's Travel Indaba believe that anti-immigrant sentiments could hamper efforts to promote travel and trade among African countries. The continent's largest tourism expo, which is being held in Durban, has drawn some 4,000 delegates this year. They hope to cement business relations to networks with others in the tourism sector and share examples of best practice from across the continent. A tour operator from Lesotho, Kabiso Mkune, has called on African leaders to address xenophobia urgently. And staying with local news, 2 new Omicron subvariants are driving an increase in reported COVID-19 cases in South Africa, the World Health Organization said yesterday, stressing the importance of testing to monitor virus mutations and the spread. The heavily mutated and highly transmissible Omicron variant of COVID-19, which was first detected in Southern Africa in November last year and rapidly spread globally, is now the dominant variant, accounting for almost all new cases. The WHO said early data suggested vaccination remains protective against severe disease and death. Moving beyond our own borders, 4 left-wing parties in France have agreed in principle to form an alliance to challenge President Emmanuel Macron in June's parliamentary elections. The Socialists, Greens, Communists and the Jean-Luc Mélenchon's far-left France Unbowed Party reached a draft agreement after all-night negotiations. Mélenchon just failed to make the presidential runoff last month. All the parties involved hailed the agreement as historic. The leader of the French Communist Party, Fabien Roussel, said no party on the left could win on its own against Macron. And some 100,000 Kenyans from the Talay clan have written to Britain's Prince William to seek an apology and his support to reparations of human rights abuses they say they suffered during British colonial rule. The letter says the British government has declined to engage with the clan's representatives and they're therefore reaching out to the prince, and I quote, because Kenya is special to him, unquote. The Talay say the British government has declined to recognize the suffering of its members during the colonial era. And country music legend Dolly Parton, rapper Eminem, and 1980s new wave band Duran Duran are among the performers who will be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. Other new entrants at the November ceremony in Los Angeles in the US will be rocker Pat Benatar, pop group Eurythmics, and singer Lionel Richie and Carly Simon. After nominees were announced in February, 76-year-old Parton said she wanted to bow out of contention because she did not feel she had earned a rock and roll honor. However, the Jolene singer has since changed her stance and said last month she would gracefully accept if chosen. Previous inductees that have come from outside rock included the late country stars Hank Williams and Johnny Cash. Well, on that note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Here's another look at your sport with Graham.
Thanks so much, Zoe. Let's start with the big one from last night in football. Man City suffered one of probably the most remarkable Champions League collapses as Real Madrid came back from the abyss to set up a final showdown with Liverpool and yet another potential classic for the ages. So City were 2 goals ahead on aggregate going into the 90th minute. That was after Riyad Mahrez's strike had added to their 4-3 first leg win last week. And then Rodrigo happened. The Brazilian substitute turned home Karim Benzema's left wing ball from close range in that final minute with Real's very first shot on target. And then 90 seconds later, he leveled the tie with a header into the top corner after a Marco Asensio. He flicked on Dani Carvajal's cross, and so to extra time the game went, and it was Real who got the decisive goal in yet another classic Champions League tie. Benzema beating Ruben Diaz to a loose ball in the box. He was ultimately brought down by the City defender and then stepped up to take the penalty himself, and in so doing scored his 43rd goal of the season, underpinning just how much of a star he has been for that team. But it has now set up an ultimate Champions League European showdown. Then let's move to the rugby front now. The Sharks pulling off a major coup. They've landed another massive signing with Springbok centre Janse van Rensburg now heading back to South Africa and down to Durban. The 27-year-old, who has one Bok cap that came in 2016, will join from the English Premiership, where he's been turning out for Sale Sharks since 2017-2018 season. Janse van Rensburg was a fan favourite at the Lions during their Super Rugby dominance that saw them contest 3 Super Rugby finals on the trot from 2016 to 2018, and he'll join on a 3-year deal. That is a major, major plus. Then we move on to cricket. It's getting into the business end now of the IPL, and the Chennai Super Kings, they were eliminated from playoff potential with a 13-run loss to the Royal Challengers Bangalore, who reignited their stuttering campaign with a very important victory in their IPL encounter. So RCB posted a challenging total of 173 for 8. Despite an innings of 56 off just 37 deliveries by South African Kiwi Devon Conway, CSK fell comfortably short on 160 for 8. And there was 38 from Faf du Plessis from 42, and Mahipal Lomro helped RCB post the challenging total. And Harshal Patel was then the pick of the bowlers for the Bangalore side, taking 3 wickets for 35. So the results means that Chennai have just 3 wins from their 10 matches so far, while RCB, they've moved into a share of that 3rd place on the log. Then on to tennis, it seems like we are back to a big purse. The winners of this year's singles event at the French Open, the next major Grand Slam on the calendar, stand to earn a cool 2.2 million euros each. So after 2 years affected by COVID-19, when the prize money dipped to almost on par with 2019, when Rafa Nadal and Ashley Barty, they pocketed 2.3 million euros each for their wins. The overall prize money for this year's Roland Garros runs from the 22nd of this month to the 5th of June, has now gone up to 43.6 million euros. The overall prize money for the men's and women's singles main draw 1.43% higher than in 2019. Way to beat inflation. And that's where we leave our sporting headlines for now. We'll touch on them again at 8. Let's bring you up to speed with our global weather and some of the temperatures here in SA.
Thanks a lot, G. And I start weather with a very, very terrifying bit of news when it comes to climate. At least 1 billion people have sweltered in extreme temperatures in India and Pakistan during the past days as the 2 countries endure a record-breaking heat wave. The Indian Meteorological Department says northwest and central India saw their highest average maximum temperature for April since record-keeping began 122 years ago. Temperatures above 40 degrees and several as high as 43 degrees Celsius or higher were recorded. Nawab Shah in Pakistan hit 49.5 degrees Celsius on Sunday, likely the highest temperature on record for the Northern Hemisphere so far in 2022. Dr. Chandni Singh, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change lead author and senior researcher at the Indian Institute for Human Settlements, said the heat wave was testing the limits of human survivability. Singh said the unprecedented heat wave was in keeping with what scientists predicted would happen as global temperatures continue to rise due to the burning of fossil fuels. And as always, our hearts do go out to everyone in India and Pakistan, and this should serve as a reminder to look after our planet and really take climate change seriously. So we return to our shores as we look to the skies and showcase some of your sunrise views taken from the Expresso Facebook page. In fact, I hand-picked these for you. So, of course, Yvette Hamilton from Port Alfred in the Eastern Cape, good morning to you. You kick off our 7 a.m. update with this glorious view overlooking the ocean, showing off the rays of light rising in the distance. That should be on a postcard, by the way. Our regular photographer, Fatah Khan from Richards Bay, captured this mesmerizing shot of the sunrise peeking through the trees as he overlooks the harbour. It's looking so good. Thanks a lot for sending this through. And of course, if you have any other sunrise views, send it to the Expresso Facebook page. We'd love to see it. As we take a peek at the temperatures for you today, this is what you can expect. Polokwane, you can expect 10 degrees Celsius as you rise. This morning, 24 is how you thaw out later. Bombela, your minimum is 12 to a maximum of 26 degrees Celsius. Pretoria, you can expect 10 as a minimum, jumping up to 24. Johannesburg, 10 to 23 today. Mahikeng, 7 is your the way you start your day. Of course, 25 a little later. Klerksdorp, 6, jumping to 25 degrees Celsius as your high. Kimberley, 9 to 25 as well today. Bloemfontein, also a max of 25 from a low of just 5 degrees Celsius this morning. Richards Bay, 16 to 28. Pietermaritzburg, you can expect 11 up to 27. Durban, 16 to 26. Umtata, you top at 29 from a low of 11, looking nice and warm for you today. East London, also nice and warm, 27 degrees Celsius. 17 is the low. Cradock, you are looking at 8 degrees Celsius as you wake up this morning. 26 is how you warm up later. Gqeberha, you've got 15 on the cards and then 26 as a maximum. George, 12 to 26. Cape Town, 14 to a nice balanced 22. Worcester, 12 to a sweltering 31 degrees Celsius. Sutherland, 8 to 24. And of course, Uppington wrapping with you as always. 12 is your minimum to a high of 30 degrees Celsius. That's a wrap of your weather news as well as sunrise views. Keep on sending those sunrise pictures to us as we get you all flexed and ready this morning. Ryle is standing by with something that is perfect to get your mom in shape.
Yeah, this one's for the moms. Thanks so much, Carl, for delivering us with the latest when it comes to the temperatures. We'll catch up with you in an hour with all the latest news again. But for now, let's tuck into the good stuff. For now, this is for the moms, as we promised. And as a mom, you don't have a lot of free time on your hands. We get that. We're here for you, though. So how do you squeeze exercise into your busy schedule? Well, good news is you don't have to go to the gym to get a great workout. Now, there are plenty of ways to get your muscles working as well as your heart rate up. Now, this is all still while taking care of your kids, which is numero uno, priority number one. So here to take us through some of the most effective exercises for moms, we've got fitness instructor, the specialist, Indaba Africa in the building. How you doing this morning?
Good, and you, Ryle?
I'm so good. I'm so excited to see you again. It's been a while, but always having a good time when it comes to exercises.
Yes.
What have you got for moms, and can I join?
You can definitely join.
Yes.
Okay, so I prepared a bit of a dance fitness because I think moms don't get the opportunity to, you know, groove a bit or groove as often.
And they should, because they should be celebrating so much. I mean, what they hold down just on a daily basis is enough to celebrate on your own.
For
so
sure.
Let's dance to that at least.
Okay.
So what do you got for us?
Okay, so we're going to start with the grapevine. I think that's a pretty normal step.
Can Mzansi join in on this one if they're
Yes,
watching?
for sure.
All right.
Please do.
What does Carl say? Move the coffee table. Get involved, yeah, people.
We're going to start to our right. We're going to go out with the right leg behind.
Okay.
And then out.
Okay.
And then we're going to just join the feet together.
And then hop, all right.
Okay.
Same thing on the left as well?
Yes.
Okay, let's just do that one more time. I wasn't with you 100%.
Out, behind, side, and then jump.
Up. Okay, I think I got that.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Okay, so we're going to go to the right again.
Okay, that's all right.
Out, behind, side, jump. Then we're going to add 2 heel taps forward. So we're going to just go heel and heel. And you can do whatever you want with your arms.
I can move my hips like this if I really want today. All right, I got this.
Okay, then we got another step. So then we're going to go out, step out. You're going to give me 2 little hips, hip and a hip.
Hip and a hip.
And then we're going to go down and a down.
Down and a down. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So let's do that one again. So the hip and a hip.
Hip and a hip.
Down
and down and down. And you can go as low as you want to.
Yeah, as low as you can. Challenge accepted, Mzansi. Like that.
And then just to finish off the little section, we're just going to do shimmies. So you're going to give me 3 shimmies, whatever you want to do, whether you want to do no shimmies.
Is this part of the dance? Oh, you shouldn't have. Oh, so shimmy. I've been practicing for years for this moment. This is my moment. Oh, yes.
All right. So we're going to shimmy it out.
Okay, cool.
Okay, shake off all the stress and
yes, I love that.
Shimmy, so 3, we're going to count 3 shimmies. So shimmy, 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 and then we're going to join the feet back together.
For that hop at the end.
So we can start the second side.
Lekker.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Can we do the first side again?
I don't know if I can because I got so excited. I'm just waiting for the shimmy now. Can I just come in on the end? All right, so let's do the steps again.
All right, so we're going to go out, behind, side, jump, then 2 heel taps.
Oh, 2 heel taps.
Heel and a heel. Then we go into our hips. We're going to go hip, hip, and then nice and low.
Oh,
hip,
okay,
hip.
I got you. We're not going left first. We're
No,
staying on the
we're going to stay on the right. Yes, we're going to finish the right and then do the left. Okay. So, and then after our last low hips, we're just going to do our 3 shimmy, 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 join. And we go to the left.
And then the same thing on the left-hand side.
Yes.
All right, let's practice the left one more time because I'm rusty. I'm not the greatest dancer. So once I get this, I think I have it locked, and then we can put it all together.
Awesome.
All right, so left-hand side once again.
All right, so we go out, behind, side, hop, then heel taps, heel, and a heel into our hips. We go high hips, hip, and then low hip, low hip, and then our shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
Sorry, I got to concentrate here. I got to concentrate. This is proper. I love this though. I know we're having a lot of fun here, clearly, and it sounds like we're just dancing, but we literally are still exercising.
Yes,
that's the best part about this. Like I said earlier, it's a good chance to celebrate, but at the same time, you're sneaking in such good cardio and exercise with this. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let's see if we can put this all together.
All right, awesome. Okay, so we're going to start to the right.
All right.
Okay.
On your count?
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to go 5, 6, 7, 8. We go out and heels.
Up.
Heel, heel, then hips. Hip, hip, low, low. Shimmy, 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 left. Okay.
I got it. I got to concentrate though. Okay, we got it. Left hand side now.
Yes, okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. We go out, behind, side, jump, heel tap, heel tap. Then we go hip, 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 shimmy, 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 jump.
All right, I think I'm a dancer. I didn't, Mama. Mama, this one's for you. I don't know if the moms at home have been joining us or not, but literally, this is so much fun. And believe it or not, we are exercising and having a ball at the same time. So maybe you can get the family involved. Maybe you can practice and get some good tunes on. And if you're looking for more inspiration, then you can head over to South Africa online because she's got so much more incredible exercises for all of you to try out leading up to celebrating our Mamas and Mama's Day. I love that. Want to go one more time?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it. Right inside. Let's go.
Ready?
Yeah.
And out.
Yeah.
And heel.
Up.
Heel.
Heel.
And hip. Hip. Hip.
Boogie, boogie, shimmy. Yes. Woo! Thank you so much. Ooh, we earned this, definitely. Cheers. And thank you for that awesome dance. I loved it.
How's the shimmy shimmy?
How's it? Looking good? Is it looks like Ralph?
Shimmy. I think so. Well, listen, what a fun workout to have watched. And of course, when it comes to gifting ideas for mom, we are here to sort you out. And smell is probably the most treasured and memorable sense, which makes fragrances such a special and a really personal Mother's Day gift. Now, it's something that will always remind your mom of you, whether it is a fragrance that she's wearing or, you know, a home fragrance that she uses in her bathroom.
So, you know, the great thing about a fragrance is that, you know, the memories of your mom come to mind when you smell these things. And I think that's the great thing. It's about sharing these moments. And you can actually delight your mom with a vibrant home scent that will leave a lasting trail for Mother's Day. And, of course, all those memories, as mentioned. Or a sensational fragrance would also be in order for herself. Now, if you shop between now and the 8th of May, you get 20% off all fragrances, including home fragrances and gift sets as well.
That's right. So you can shop this offer at Woolworths. It's available in-store, it's online, and on the Woolies app.
We are back with the best of the best in the All-Star Season 10 of Tropica Island of Treasure. And we're going big!
Buy a Tropica. Find your code under the cap
and stand a chance to win loads of instant prizes. Plus, if you find the treasure under the cap, you will win one of 10 big prizes. See pack for details. Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. You're live in S3. And let me introduce you to a South African talent. Now, when it comes to the SA jazz scene, this particular scene has produced some of the most influential and innovative guitarists of the 21st century. And there's a music maestro, Cameron Ward. He is fast on his way to becoming one of those legends with great improvisational skills and a tone that is unmatched. Cameron just knows how to get you bopping along to his jazzy African beat. And if you feel what I'm feeling, you're going to need to feel this as well. Take a look. I mean, that is just talent, so please give a massive welcome to Cameron Ward! Yes! Yo, Cameron, welcome, man.
Thank you so much.
I must be honest, I actually thought you were more of a Sergio, but Cameron works nicely for you. It's great. Anyway, no, dude, I'm actually very, very excited to chat to you today, because the thing is, I feel like if you're from the Lotus, the world must take notice.
Absolutely.
That's like a T-shirt that I want you to print.
I will do so.
Can you do that, man,
I will
if
do
you
so.
don't mind? Because the thing is, you know, Lotus River in Cape Town, it's a place that, it's a community that's been disenfranchised. It is, you know, it's been through the works, and of course, it's still, a lot of those things are still happening as we speak in that community, but you've risen up and you have decided to take on jazz. Now, growing up in that community, how did jazz bite you?
Well, jazz, when I got introduced to the genre jazz, it just got me instantly, and from the word go, when when I heard the first sound of jazz, that's when everything started for me, and that's where I fell in love with jazz.
There's something about it, isn't there?
Absolutely.
There's a rhythm to it.
Absolutely.
Like, I feel like, you know, Sergio Mendes was one of those artists.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Right? Sergio Mendes is great. I know. Anyway, now from Lotus River to London, you've been on tour. You know, you've taken this talent of yours over to so many different places. Like, you know, take me through to like maybe one of the memorable moments of you taking the Lotus River jazz product that you have overseas.
Well, it started about 11 years ago when I started working with the late, great Brayu Masekela. And that is where everything started for me, and got to travel. And so one of my favorite places or countries that I got the opportunity to visit and share the gift that I have was in Brazil. And then when we got there, I was blessed and fortunate to play one of the songs called As Lekker Nie Lotus.
As Lekker Nie Lotus in Brazil, in Brazil?
Well, I took it there.
You took that?
As
Portuguese.
I took it to Portuguese. Fala Portuguese.
Fala Portuguese.
Yes.
And then you took it there.
I took it there.
And how was the response of the crowd when they look at you?
Amazing, absolutely amazing.
Did anybody shout like away from the crowd? From the
No, I was hoping for that.
Like, at least once.
Yeah, but they just said Fala.
Fala makes sense. It's fine. Fala, Dala, it's the same thing.
Well,
if you think of, you know what I'm saying? It works. But, you know, when it comes to, you just mentioned Brayu.
Yeah.
What was it like to connect and also just meet Brayu? I mean, that's a privilege on its own. And, of course, to get the influence from him that powers the future of your career, that must have been mind-blowing.
It was magical. I call Brayu the Masekela, the University of Masekela. I don't think there's any university that can teach one what I've learned from the great late Brayu Masekela. So I will forever hold on to the memories that I've learned and cherished and shared with the late great Brayu Masekela.
You know, it's beautiful that you chat about that, because there is indeed that just aura, you know, about you, Masekela, and the legacy as well. But just going back to what you're doing, because you have to carry the baton over to what you are doing now. But your faith is also quite strong. So talk to me about how gospel meets jazz, which happens to be something that you have been working on and you want to launch quite soon?
Yes, absolutely. So I grew up in church, PPC in Afrikaans, Pinkster Protestante Kerk. That is where I fell in love with music, gospel music, you know, because I was raised in church. And then I studied music later on, which I learned the art of jazz. And then 2 years ago, I figured, you know what, why don't I bring the two together? I love gospel so much and I love jazz. Why don't we just connect the two and call it Gospel Meets Jazz? And there is where everything started. I decided to take some of the hymns that I grew up listening to as a child in church, and we put a salsa, some guma to it, and some African patanga feels to it. And then we came up with the product Gospel Meets Jazz.
There's a concert, isn't there? That's going to showcase it. When is that happening?
So it's taking place on the 14th of May in Retreat, New Hope SA Church. The concert is free because it's also my homecoming concert.
Oh, lovely, man.
So we'll be launching the album Gospel Meets Jazz. So I want everybody to come there. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be beautiful.
It is indeed. Cameron Ward on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. He'll be entertaining you. And don't forget, take notice of the bra from Lotus. Hello.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you, Wasty. Well, you know what? Every foodie at home, especially mom, deserves a versatile cookware piece that makes for a timeless kitchen essential. Now, since 1925, Le Creuset has been renowned as the colorful French companion in kitchens across the globe and beloved by home cooks and master chefs alike. Now, the one piece any mom's wish list this year for Mother's Day has to be the Le Creuset signature shallow casserole, and we're about to show you how to create a mouth-watering and flavorful poached salmon recipe that you can take to the table and serve from this signature shallow casserole. This is a beautiful dish. Michaela, you're taking us through it. And you know what I love about the Le Creuset dishes is it can go from the stove to the table. There's no need for you to put it into serving dishes because the dish itself is so beautiful.
100%. If you were, for instance, cooking chicken, you could braise it on the stove, get it browned, and then put it into the oven. Like, it's the most amazing feature. And also, they're beautiful.
Oh, they are beautiful. And you know what I love about a piece of Le Creuset cast iron cookware is that it is a gift that lasts a lifetime. Now, the range is renowned for its excellent heat retention and spread, which is going to be perfect for the salmon dish that you're cooking. And it also creates mouth-watering dishes. It's also suitable for a variety of stovetops, including induction, oven, and it is dishwasher safe. And it's also backed by a lifetime guarantee. And earlier I was telling you, I don't buy dishes that can't go into the dishwasher anymore.
Yes, because you don't...
I don't like doing dishes.
Yeah, and also it ruins your nails. So
that too.
Okay, so we want to start off by cutting our citrus.
Can I cut all of them?
100%. We need all of it.
Okay, how big? Just in slices. Okay,
yes.
So I'll be on citrus duty.
Nice.
And then what else do you need?
Grab some of it and put it underneath our salmon.
Okay.
Ooh, look at that orange.
Ooh, this smells incredible. I love citrus.
There we go. I'm just going to do that as our base. Then we have a beautiful piece of salmon right here. Oh. And it fits so perfectly in.
It does fit perfectly. And I know everyone has a color theme, and I'm always so fascinated when
This is your color theme, right?
Mix and match. I've gone for the teal range. That's been a weakness of mine. So whenever I see anything in turquoise, teal, blues, greens, that's been my favorite.
So then those ones right over there are perfect for you.
Oh, beautiful, yes.
Okay, so we have our salmon. We want to give it a bit of a season. We have some salt.
Ooh, and salmon loves a lot of salt, right?
Yes, a lot of salt, and it's such a good oily fish. Yeah, this is going to create its own delicious broth. So we have some white wine that we've just added there.
Look how beautiful the citrus looks. Add it all, Michaela. Add it all.
Then we have some butter as well. So you just want to
really get in there. How cool is this butter dish?
I know. I'm obsessed with this ombre design they have going on right now.
Okay, are you using all of that butter?
No, but butter's always good for French cooking.
Okay.
Okay, so we just want to cut it into chunks. Sorry, the butter's a little bit hard.
But that's okay. You've got strong fingers.
Dot it. Okay, I cut that. Now, you just want to add the rest of your citrus around. You did a great job.
Citrus looks beautiful. Look at the colors. We've got our grapefruit bringing in that darker red, our lemon,
orange.
some lemon, the yellow, some orange, as well as the lime with the greenery.
Oh my gosh, how beautiful does that look?
Absolutely beautiful.
We have some honey to add some sweetness. Just want to drizzle that over.
Ooh. And look how beautiful this presentation looks.
Wow, we're nailing this. And we have some butter that you just want to break into chunks and just dot on in there.
Okay, and that will melt and soak into our fish.
100%. And it's also just going to add some depth of flavor that you need.
Oh, well, look at this, like our signature oval dish that we've got here. This versatile piece of cookware, it features a large flat shape that can be used for a variety of recipes, from baking a bubbly pasta to braising short ribs. As you can see, Michaela's doing a delicious salmon in it. And because it's also oven safe, you can start a recipe on the stovetop and then place it into the oven to finish cooking. And just like that, we are about to demonstrate for you how this gorgeous white wine poached salmon recipe is done. So you are about to put the lid on.
Yes.
And then
you want to put it into an oven at 200 degrees or 180 degrees fan, and you just let it poach for 10 to 15 minutes, because salmon doesn't need much time anyway, and you don't want to overcook it.
No, and poaching is going to really give it that nice moisture, flavor, flaky that you want from your salmon. And what's beautiful is when this comes out of the oven, just like that, you can serve it on the table. And Le Creuset's design-forward approach has resulted in the creation of some of the world's most sought-after shades, turning Le Creuset cookware into powerful style statements and cherished collections. Now, from soft, neutral tones of meringue to more daring colors like vibrant cherry red cerise, there is really a color-ready accent for every decor and every personality. If you want to get your hands on this delicious recipe that Michaela just showed you, we have it available on our website, expressoshow.com. And if you're looking for more Mother's Day inspo, Le Creuset has a dedicated recipe site and an app featuring all of its latest Mother's Day recipe inspiration. Now, you can also follow them on social media at Le Creuset SA on social media for more ideas on how to plan a very, very special menu for your mama bear.
Yeah, welcome back. You're still live with your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We are loving our Techie Thursday today. Such cool stories to chew on this morning. And of course, one major story that I think has, not just in the tech sphere, but I think has got the whole world watching and maybe scratching their head just a little bit because it's a crazy advent. Elon Musk has just bought Twitter. Just the whole of Twitter, for only $44 billion. This happened last week. Now, this is a hallmark event for a number of reasons. For one, it marks the first time that Twitter has been owned by a single individual. Previously, there was a board, there were stakeholders, there were a group of people managing that space. Now it's one man. So what is changing exactly? Why did Elon Musk buy Twitter? What was his intention there? And what does he mean to use Twitter for now? What does this mean for us?
Yeah,
the tweeters.
Yeah, there's so much. Yeah, this is such a big event. Firstly, the sale hasn't gone through. Technically, it's gone through. It still needs to be approved by, like, the Competition Commission and all that stuff going forward. But for all intents and purposes, yes. Elon Musk owns Twitter. And, yeah, they are...
It's because he is just too rich. Like,
I think,
why is this such a hallmark moment? What does this possibly spell in terms of the gateway that we are now moving through?
Look, I think a lot of people will be like, why would Elon Musk buy Twitter for $44 billion when it's free to download on the App Store? But I saw a lot of that.
I want it all.
I think
I want it
the most important part of its valuation is that it's a internet town square. He even used that terminology. It's the place where we all get together and have a say. It's where information gets, like, spoken
It's the front line of news.
It's
Yeah,
the front line of news.
sure.
And we know at Expresso we've got an active Twitter account, and a lot of people come and follow us on Twitter. So we know we interact with and engage with South Africans.
Part of the media ecosystem.
Yeah,
now, yeah.
We engage with South Africans on digital format, and I've got my own Twitter account. We all do. That's where conversations about big political things happen, about products, about the world, about the state of affairs globally. And I think he said some noble things about Twitter, but I'm not convinced that it's the right thing for us.
Okay, let me put it to you this way then, because I do love Elon Musk because of what he represents, I suppose. There's something about an individual being able to do these things. It kind of gives you hope that you can go out there and change the world around you. And seeing what he's doing with Starlink and all these things is like, wow, okay, there are some answers to the biggest questions. Are his intentions pure? Do you think he has another agenda for buying Twitter? Why are you scared?
So there's a couple of reasons. He's regardless of people's intentions, like, people can start out these projects with great intentions, but it's very, very easy for an individual, a single individual with all of this power, to abuse it. And it's a very, very quick slippery slope. We've seen it politically in South Africa. We've seen it politically globally when one individual has a lot of power.
Power corrupts, man, yeah.
Power corrupts, and corporate power is some of the most power on the planet. So he's had a history of, like, talking about stock in a certain way, so it affects his portfolio, and then dumping stock, and then buying it cheaper later. He's had a history of that which in some situations people get arrested for. But the way he went about it was okay, but the principle there was not good.
Okay, so let's give him the benefit of the doubt here. What are some of the changes that he has set or spoken about making to Twitter, and how's that going to affect us as the end user?
Okay, so the first change that he wants to do is to create an edit button. He's at least teased that.
That's okay, I'll dig that.
I like the idea of an edit button, but I don't know if Twitter needs one necessarily. I don't think it's worth $44 billion to add it.
Because he just wants to go back and change a tweet.
Yeah.
Spend $44 million bucks on.
And then he also says he wants more freedom of speech, which, again, it's a noble thing to say, but at the same time, I don't think Twitter lacked freedom of speech. So
it was almost the ultimate expression of too much so.
in some ways, yeah.
And you sometimes wish people would not exercise their freedom of speech.
But also, like, every country has laws around freedom of speech, and we've got great laws around freedom of speech, actually.
Very
like,
progressive,
our South African constitution is the best constitution on the planet. And I think we could be so proud of that. And that also, what the constitution says about free speech affects how we interact online. And it's so well, like, you can't just say what you want. Freedom of speech doesn't mean you can say whatever you want. You can't be racist.
Racism.
There's There are consequences to what you say, even though you have the freedom to say a lot of those things. So I think a lot of the freedom of speech bracket is so broad, and he says that he's claiming to add freedom of speech to it. I don't know. I think Twitter's got freedom of speech according to the laws of the countries that it's implemented in. I'm not sure that he's going to be able to contribute much there, but it's a big divisive conversation. And people online, if you are on Twitter, people have a lot to say about it. And I would love to see what you guys are saying about this on Twitter if you go over to our Twitter handle on Expresso Show and just let us know. Because, I mean, Graham and I, off camera, we were having a bit of a Barney about it, going like, I'm not sure it's a good thing. You like Elon Musk, I have my reservations. I've seen villains in cartoon movies. He fits the category.
Carl, what do you think, bud?
You know, looking at this whole thing, I'm just so happy that a South African owns Twitter now. I just wonder that, you know, Twitter's logo is a bird. Are they going to change it to Hardy-Dar? Or are they going to add some more South Africanisms to Twitter, which is vitally important? I mean, it would be so nice to, instead of giving somebody like a little tweet or something like that, to give them a little voeltjie. It would be fantastic. I feel like we need to South Africanize Twitter. But either way, I think that, you know, no matter how evil you think it may be or how good you may think it may be, I think it's just it's important. I think the concept of freedom of speech is highly important with regard to that. So we'll see where this one goes, of course, but for now I want to make sure that you tweet about something that you can really get onto, and that is somebody who is a masterful guitarist. He is a legend himself. Cameron Ward is on your stage on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and he's got 3 spiritual melodies that are going to make you tweet to your peeps. It's important. So please enjoy this performance. It is from a little contribution of his called Gospel Meets Jazz. This is Cameron Ward with The Messiah. Enjoy.
He's the king.
know about you, but that song made me miss Christmas. I don't know why. I feel it. It's great. This is Cameron Ward, and of course, you'll have a couple more melodies for you to get you all in the mood. And of course, New Hope Church is where he's doing his gig on the 14th of May. It's his homecoming, so you better not miss it. It's also a free gig as well. And I was about to say Merry Christmas. I'm going to say Merry Mother's Day, because we have a hot, beautiful challenge of milkshakes between Raul and Zoe in the next couple of minutes. So stay right there.
We are back with the best of the best in the All-Star Season 10 of Tropica Island of Treasure. And we're going big!
Just tell us why you should be chosen to compete with one of these all-star celebs and stand a chance to win a smooth 1 million rand. WhatsApp your audition video or upload it on our socials at MyTropica for your chance to get a spot on the island.
So buy a Tropica today, and this could be you. CPAC for details.
Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're still live with Expresso. It's been an amazing show. In fact, it's been an amazing last couple of weeks because we've been focusing on our moms, obviously ahead of Mother's Day. Yes, we know there's a whole commercial kind of opportunity wrapped up into that, but it does afford us the opportunity to really think about and take on board how much our mothers do for us, and especially what they've taught us in life. And we asked you guys, what were some of those major lessons? Patricia saying, Mom taught us to respect others, be humble, and appreciate the little that you have. Taught us to pray and know that hard work pays off. What a roadmap for success. I love that. Sondezi saying, my mom taught me how to iron clothes. Most valuable lesson in life. Absolutely brilliant. Practical as well. Rudel Governor said to give those in need, even if you have very little yourself. And a mama lives selflessly. That embodies what motherhood really is. Naomi Sylvester weighing in with this. She said, good morning, Expresso family. The best thing my mom taught me is how to cook and bake, and I'm so proud of her for doing that. Please share some pics if you're going to be baking something special this Mother's Day. Tsechofatso said, respect and to be humble. Good morning, right back at you, Tsechofatso. Then Colin, said, morning, A-team. She taught me to always be thoughtful about other people, or not me, in other words, to always care about people like they were my family. And I think that embodies our relationship with you guys. We love the fact that we have such a powerful connection, and we implore you to please just show your mamas just a little bit of appreciation, because they have done so much for you. But keep those comments coming. We've been asking you what lessons you've learned from your mama. Keep teaching us this morning. Share some of those lessons. At Expresso Show is the handle to use.
Thanks a lot, G. I've got a challenge for you now. The cold weather is creeping in, but Super M is here to save the day. We'll be trying it hot with delicious treats. Remember when we would make, those special things at school from scratch to show Mom how much we love her? Like, look here, Mommy, this is my picture. It's actually you, even though it looks like a bird. Yes, it's good times. So today we're showing you how to do that once again with our Super M Mother's Day Hot Chocolate Challenge. I know we've always done this cold, but it's going to get hot because we have two hot individuals in grey today, given the fact that this will be a grey competition.
Oh, no,
we have Ryle and Zoe going head-to-head. Now, all moms love a hot beverage whilst watching their favourite feel-good breakfast show, of course. And there's really anything better than a hot chocolate. Stepping into the square kitchen ring is these two individuals, as mentioned, in grey. What they would need to do, number one, is they'll have to throw a marshmallow in the air and try to catch it in their mouth to start. And then they'll have to decorate and do the thing. So let's start with the first challenge, throwing a marshmallow into the air to see if they can catch it. All part of the process. So essentially, once you've caught it in your mouth,
you can
the 60-second timer starts. Okay,
and then
are you ready?
We go decor on our hot chocolate.
Indeed, but if you miss, don't pick it up off the floor, because we're still worried about germs. Are you ready? Right, so let it go in 3, 2, 1, gooi.
Oh!
Okay, there we go. Let's continue. 60 seconds on the clock. Okay,
Okay, he got it. So now the time starts.
he picked it up from the floor into his mouth. This is great. The challenge is on. Decorate. Now, I've chosen some great decorations for you as you guys go along. I've looked about the meringues that I've added over there. I'm thinking about, that time where you meringue your mom and she answered. That's the important thing. I've got sprinkles. What she's done is she's always motivated you and sprinkled these beautiful pieces of wisdom to you. Then you've also got cream, because the thing is, the moments when you start to scream, she makes it a bit more decadent and makes it okay with cream. Now, you also got a marshmallow showing the softness of your mom, which is so important. And then I've also got some biscuits. Now, tea and biscuits have always been big, but hot chocolate and biscuits is how we're going to change it up today. Two of them focus beautifully. Zoe's going for a very Picasso sort of throw on, don't think about it type of thing, where Ryle's now pouring chocolate sauce upon his in a decadent fashion. I can't wait to taste. Here we go, and time is up.
Voila.
Thank you. Well done.
You're okay.
This is phenomenal.
Wow.
Okay. I've got a couple of criteria here. I'm going to go for looks, creativity, overall taste.
Let's put it on there.
And then, of course, will mom like it is quite big. Of course, you can have your say. Expresso Show, of course, go to the Facebook page and let us know which one you feel is going to be the winner of this. But I just feel like this is... I actually don't even want to taste it. That's how good it looks. But I feel like I need to. So I'm going to try. Sorry.
Careful now, because mine tastes really good.
So, by the way, I like the straw that you can actually...
Of chocolate, yes.
Straw, it's actually not a straw, but it's fun.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the beautiful, the sensations here I'm getting. I'm getting the warmth of a mom.
Yes.
I'm getting that I love you, mom, so much.
Put two of those.
I can tell.
Yeah.
There's a lot of warmth there, a lot of chocolate.
A lot of love
I like that. Okay, now, if you look at this, this is the mom that just really works so hard. Like a lot of things going on.
This mom did the most this morning, eh?
Indeed. So let me just see here.
Are you going to get a moustache?
It's going in the nose.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Oh, that lingered beautifully. So, I don't know if I have something on my face, but what I do have is an opportunity for you to vote. I know which one should win, but I think it's important for you to do so. I'll wipe this later. Head on over to our socials and let us know whose hot chocolate, based on presentation, will you be making this Mother's Day with Super M, and these two will win an incredible prize. That is my respect, and a marshmallow in the mouth. Remember, one last time, they need to catch the marshmallow in their mouths. Get commenting, by the way, on Expresso Show. Of course, Facebook page. Here we go. Last time. And go. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Get voting.
Hola, Mzansi. It's going to be a hot day in the big city. Super M. Anytime gap filler.
Made with love by Clover.
1 in 2 healthy South African women suffer from iron deficiency. Speak to your healthcare professional about getting tested and treated for iron deficiency. Brought to you by FerryMed.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3, and we are back and we're bringing you the latest TikTok trends. Now, last week, we just couldn't get enough of the 26-year-old Katie Bridges that went viral for all of the interesting reasons. Now, she's given rise to thousands of comedic compilations and duet videos. So this week, we thought we have to bring you part 2. Now, if you're not sure which video we are talking about, her original video was one where she just tried to show off her outfit, placed her phone on the floor as she stepped back. She hit her side and made a funny noise, and everyone has been using that sound to create interesting compilations, and this is called the
Can we not DM Katie and ask her to come on the show?
I'm sure she would.
I think she would love to, man. So we've got some hilarious videos to look through, and I mean, this literally hundreds of thousands have emerged now on various platforms, but let's take a look at the OG, the original video that started it all. It's the face for me, Shane, man.
And also it's never going to get old for me. I feel like that's the sound of the year.
It is.
Oh, for sure.
It is. I agree. So now let's take a look at some of the videos that have come through, the various compilations of what people have done with that sound. So let's take a look at the first one. This is Mr. John's first apparent duet. Now, how do you think he did? This one had 1.6 million views.
Wow.
Everybody shaking and we're staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive.
Oh, that voice is great, though, eh? And also, for some reason, the was on
That was
key.
on point, but yeah, it was.
It was. Wow.
Maybe that's what makes it so impressive, is because it's actually on key. She nailed it. So now we've got another one from another very familiar face. Kelly Rowland has competition, I think, for this one. Here's Ikne. Take a look at this version.
All right, we can do it. Okay? No matter what I do, all I think about is you.
It's never going to get old.
Never going to get old.
It's perfect.
I'm sorry. You're running through so many more. What's the next one? This is great.
So let's go to Mike now, who put Beethoven literally to shame with this one. Does anyone know what note it is?
I don't know which one it is, but I know
minor.
it's Harry Potter, though, so that's all I heard.
E minor.
D minor?
Well, let's see if we can give Tony Braxton a run for her money. This is Jay, testing out his inner Tony.
Get so high when I'm around you, baby. Can't touch the sky.
Okay, this trend needs to stay around for the whole of 2020. Please.
All right, well, seeing as we're introducing classics now, let's turn now to a violin. And Mia happens to be a genius on the violin. And she played this one titled Shipping Off to Be Stone. Take a look.
Poor Katie thinks.
No,
I hope she's enjoying this moment of going viral.
She is. I think she is. I mean, you know, she hurt herself on her bed, and now suddenly she went viral.
Can you register a sound as an NFT?
She'd be a trillionaire.
She really should. Okay, I think we can squeeze in one more. Let's take a look now. DJ Decker's remix. Go, Katie. Take a look at this.
When you're in court and you don't agree with the opposing counsel, all you have to do is say, object! I object. That's all you have to say. Thanks, Katie.
That was actually the TikTok attorney.
Yeah.
I love that. Please put your hand up. Okay, now we can take a look at DJ Decker's remix.
I love that Keys' song as well. This is good.
Oh my gosh.
There are so many. No.
Do you have one? If you had to do one.
Sorry, what?
I'm asking.
If I had to do one?
If you had to do one.
I would probably just go. I like that there's a UB40 song. It's quite nice. You know that wise men say only fools are rushing, but there we go.
There we go.
That works.
Falling in love with you.
That would be great. What about you?
I've got one. Can we play the
Yes.
video? Let's see if I can do it.
Go for it.
Flash, savior of the universe.
That is brilliant. Well done, gentlemen.
Yes.
We love you, Katie.
Oh, this is great. No, Katie's amazing. You know, I feel like we should do one to make sure that Ryle is ready for news. Just one of those great things,
Yeah.
you know?
Should I give it a go?
Go for it.
Okay. Hit me, baby, one more time.
I feel like you walked into the table.
Yeah,
with that one. Oh, we love it. Collectively, say it wherever you are right now.
Not for everyone.
It's going to carry us through today. Hopefully that's brought a smile to your face. And hopefully it hasn't distracted Ryle too much from those news headlines. Time to bring you up to speed.
I can't stop laughing, and I definitely am here for that trend. But it's just gone past the hour, and of course it's time to kick off our last report when it comes to the news, and starting off on national fronts. Now, Supreme Court of Appeal Judge President Mandisa Maya has accepted a nomination to be the country's next Deputy Chief Justice. The Judicial Service Commission had the following to say yesterday. Now, it said she had submitted the required JSE questionnaire and all the necessary and standard documentation required for persons who seek to be appointed as a judge. Now, the JSC has invited law bodies, members of the public, and other interested institutions to make written submissions on the suitability of Maya for the appointment. Now, the deadline for comments is the 26th of May. Now, sticking to our local news, exhibitors attending Africa's Travel Indaba believe that anti-immigrant sentiments could hamper efforts to promote travel and trade among African countries. Now, the continent's largest tourism expo, which is being held in Durban, has drawn some 4,000 delegates this year. Now, they hope to be cementing business relations, to network with others in the tourism sector, and share examples of best practice from across the continent. Now, a tour operator from Lesotho, Kapiso Nkuna, has called on African leaders to address xenophobia very, very urgently. Well, from our national news headlines, we head over to international news and heading over to Mali and the world's only non-nuplets. Now, 9 babies born at the same time, yes, you heard it correctly, have celebrated their first birthday yesterday. Now, their father, Abdelkader Arbi, said they are in perfect health, and their mother, Halima, who is only 26 years old, is also doing well. Now, they are still in the care of the clinic in Morocco, where they were delivered by a cesarean section. Now, the babies, 5 girls and 4 boys, were born at 30 weeks and weighed between 500 grams and a kg. Now, they broke the Guinness World Record for the most children to survive from a single birth. Well, we wish those kids nothing but a continuous life of health and, of course, prosperity too. Now, next up in our headlines, 4 left-wing parties in France have agreed in principle to form an alliance to challenge President Emmanuel Macron in June's parliamentary elections. Now, the Socialists, Greens, Communists, and Jean-Luc Mélenchon's far-left France Unbowed party reached a draft agreement after all-night negotiations. Now, Mélenchon just failed to make the presidential runoff last month, and all parties involved hailed the agreement as historic. Now, the leader of the French Communist Party, Fabien Rassoul, said no party on the left could win on its own against Macron. Well, next up, in a lighter note, when it comes to our headlines, we are meeting the new Max Verstappen. A 4-year-old boy from the Netherlands, of course, took his mom's car for a joyride on Saturday. Now, the unnamed lad had managed to unlock the vehicle, clamber inside, and take off for a spin, all while clad in his pajamas. Unfortunately for the young adventurer, he had a huge prank, crashing into 2 parked cars. Now, police in the city of Utrecht contacted the boy's mother, and while he spoke to her on the phone, they realized that he'd been driving and taken the scene. He was asked if he knew how the car worked, upon which he deftly unlocked it with his keys, put the right key in the ignition, went to the clutch with his left foot, and then stepped on the gas. Well, fortunately, the cops did see the funny side of this dubbing the 4-year-old the new Max Verstappen after the world champion Formula One driver. Now, highly amused, the cops gave him some hot chocolate and a teddy bear to help him recover from the ordeal. Well, that's all that we have for the latest when it comes to the news headlines. Right now, though, here's G with one last look at the sports.
Ryle, the beautiful game indeed, my friend. Manchester City suffered one of the most remarkable Champions League collapses as Real Madrid came back from the abyss to set up a final showdown with Liverpool in the UEFA Champions League final. So City, they were 2 goals ahead on aggregate going into the 90th minute. That was after Riyad Mahrez's strike had added to their 4-3 first leg win last week. And then Rodrigo happened. The Brazilian substitute turned home Karim Benzema's left-wing ball from close range in the final minute of the match, with Real's very first shot on target, in fact. Then 90 seconds later, he levelled the tie with a header into the top corner. That was after Marco Asensio flicked on Dani Carvajal's cross. And so to extra time the game went, and it was Real who got the decisive goal in yet another classic Champions League tie. Benzema, again the man of the moment, he beat Ruben Dias to a loose ball in the box, was brought down by the City defender, and then stepped up to take the penalty himself, and as a result scored his 43rd goal of the season. An incredible run, a massive part of the team's success so far. And then we move to local rugby news and a major coup for the Sharks. They've landed another huge signing with Springbok centre Rowan Janse van Rensburg returning to South Africa and now heading to Durban. The 27-year-old, who was one Bok cap, and that came in back in 2016, he'll join from the English Premiership, where he's been turning out for Sale Sharks since 2017 and 2018. Now, Janse van Rensburg was definitely a fan favourite at the Lions back in South Africa during their Super Rugby dominance, saw them contesting 3 Super Rugby finals on the trot from 2016 to 2018. And he'll be joining the club on a 3-year deal, but a massive, massive signing. And then we turn to cricket now, as the Chennai Super Kings, they've been eliminated from the playoff potential with a 13-run loss to the Royal Challengers Bangalore, who have reignited their stuttering campaign with a very important victory in their IPL match yesterday. So RCB posted a challenging total of 173 for 8. Despite an innings of 56 from 37 by South African Kiwi Devon Conway, CSK, they fell comfortably short on 160 for 8. 38 from Faf du Plessis and 42 from Mahipal Lomro. They helped RCB post that challenging total, and then Harshal Patel was then the pick of the bowlers for Bangalore, or for that Bangalore side, taking 3 wickets for 35. So the result means that Chennai, they've just got 3 wins from 10 matches, while RCB, they've now bumped up to share a third of that 3rd place. And then we move on to tennis finally, and the big bucks are back. The winners of this year's singles event at the next Grand Slam, the French Open, stand to earn 2.2 million euros each. So after 2 years affected by COVID-19, when the prize money dipped, it is now almost on par with 2019, when Rafa Nadal and Ashley Barty pocketed 2.3 million euros each for their wins. The overall prize money for this year's Roland Garros, which runs from the 22nd of this month to the 5th of June, has now gone up to 43.6 million euros. Overall prize money for the men's and women's singles main draw, now 1.43% higher than 2019. And that's how you tackle inflation. And that's where we leave our sport for this morning. We'll delve into our weekend sporting headlines and prep you for the sport tomorrow. But right now, let's give you one last update on the global and South African weather.
Thank you, Graham. And first, an environmental update. An international team of scientists recently wrote a letter to the journal Science, asserting that recycling wasn't a long-term solution to the growing sea of plastic pollution, polluting our soil, river, oceans, the air we breathe, and even our bloodstream and lungs. They argued that its production must not only be regulated, but capped and phased out. They stated that even if humankind improved recycling and attempted to manage waste as much as possible, more than 17 million tons of plastic per year would still be released into nature. Earlier this year at the UN Environmental Assembly in Nairobi, Kenya, representatives of 175 countries adopted a global treaty to end plastic pollution. The goal? To put together a draft of a legally binding agreement by the end of 2024. Negotiations are set to begin at the end of this month, but since plastic takes hundreds of years to decompose, there is an enormous task ahead to deal with the plastic that already exists. Now, from environmental news, we now move on to those gorgeous sunrise views. Thank you to one of our regulars, Nancy Govender from Pennington in KwaZulu-Natal, who shared this breathtaking shot of the sky displaying beautiful hues of orange and pink. Then sticking to KZN, our very own Tubbsy, he's currently there and he shared some stunning sunrise photos at the break of dawn. Yvette Hamilton from Port Alfred in the Eastern Cape kicked us off at 7 a.m. with this update, showing this glorious view overlooking the ocean and showing off some rays of light rising in the distance. And then one of our regulars, last but not least, Fatah Khan from Richards Bay, captured this mesmerizing image of the sun rising between and peeking through the trees as it overlooks the harbor with the boats in the foreground. Absolutely beautiful. Let's look at your temperatures. Heading over to Polokwane, a low of 10, a high of 24. Mpumbela, 12, reaching a high of 26. If you're in Pretoria, 10 is your low, 24 your high. Johannesburg, 10, reaching a high of 23. If you're in Mahikeng, 7 is your low, 25 your high. Klerksdorp, 6, reaching a high of 25. Sunny conditions in Kimberley, 9 is your low, 25 your high. Bloemfontein, 5, reaching a high of 25. Richards Bay, sunny, reaching a high of 28. Pietermaritzburg, 11 with a high of 27. Sunny in Durban, 16 is your low, 26 your high. Mthatha, 11 with a high of 29. East London, 17, 27. Cradock, 8, reaching a high of 26. A sunny day in Gqeberha, a low of 15, a high of 26. George, 12, reaching a high of 26. Cape Town, 14, 22. Worcester, 12, 31, Sutherland 8, 24, and Uppington expect a sunny day with a low of 12 and a high of 30 degrees Celsius. Well, that's where I leave your weather for this morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Zoe. And as we anticipate the rest of the magic of the show, let me tell you what you can expect right now, because we're talking about timeless paint, and that is with Dylan Tomage himself. The man is always bringing nothing but the good stuff.
Indeed, and Tomage actually sounds like an outfit somebody won and well, actually wore at the Met Gala. And we need to check about, some of the highlights that the Met Gala had to offer, and Knox is going to be standing by to make sure we track through all of those. So stay right there. We'll meet you soon.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Thank you for staying with your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, here on S3. Let's talk color, and classic colors at that. Now, we know that for some of us, seasonal updates are a necessity, but for some people, you know, they prefer having a more timeless approach. Interior designer Dylan Tomaj, one of our favorites, is here to unpack paint colors that will stay trendy for seasons to come. Dylan, so good to see you.
So good to see you.
And look at us, matchy-matchy.
Even the footwear.
Even the footwear, BFFs forever. But they say once you go black, you never...
You always stay timeless.
And that's it. You do stay timeless. Black is one of those colors, but there are many others. What are they?
So I think there's 4 key ones for me, which would be white, stone, black, and then gray. And these are great foundational colors to add to any exterior or interior to make your space feel timeless, exactly timeless, but also stand the test of time, that you don't get bored with it and it makes it feel outdated.
Yeah, yeah. And in what instances, Dylan, would you suggest or advise someone to go for a more timeless approach rather than a trendy paint color?
Especially when people look at the exterior of their houses, I think that's when you really look at timeless colors, because that's something that has like a long time guarantee that you want to keep there. When you walk home or you arrive home, you see a white house or with black accents on window frames and stuff like that, which just makes it feel timeless, and at least it makes it feel that it is this part of being something that's sophisticated, and it just makes you feel elevated.
Those sort of timeless colors do bring with them a sophistication, right?
Yeah, when you get home, you just want to make sure that you feel like this is my home. There's a sense of ownership to it, and it doesn't have to be this massive pop of color.
Well, and the reality is, let's be honest, how many people can afford, not only just from a monetary perspective, but from an effort perspective, to be repainting their homes all the time, especially the exterior, simply because the trendy colors have changed. But take us through some of the most popular timeless colors, besides the sort of classic ones, so the blacks, the whites, and the grays. What other sort of timeless colors are there for people to experience and explore?
So for me, if you're looking for a dark color, I would definitely go for Tribeca Corner. It's not a pure black, but it's got like a really dark undertone to it, which makes it feel quite sophisticated and timeless. And then Moonbeam from a white, like an off-white color. And a lot of people think that they should always stay away from being truly white. And so Moonbeam is a really good color to go for, that more neutral color that just lifts up the space.
So would you say like a dark burgundy, for example, would be one of those, like those dark greens could be like nice and timeless, or would those fall under very, very trendy and for now?
I think that's more of a trendy color. Because I think true neutrals would be white, black, grey, and stone. But I think that's a really lovely accent color to a space. But because it's quite dark and sophisticated, it does give a bit of a timeless feel to the space. But it's not a timeless color, I think.
Okay, so it's about considering what those classics and classical sophisticated colors are, playing with that and finding that imagination and inspiration around your home and what makes sense for you. Dylan, you know what? To get this free consultation from the iconic Dylan Tomaj, I mean, honestly, there's no price for it. Thank you so much for sharing with us this morning.
Most welcome.
And I'll see you next time. I don't know what color we'll be rocking, but I know we'll be together.
Totally.
I love it. Well, if you're looking for a timeless or trendy wall color, look no further. Plascon has over 1,200 paint colors to choose from. The thing is, together, we've got this.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of timeless colors, on Monday, the 2nd of May, the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York opened its doors for the Met Gala 2022, and it's an event referred to as fashion's biggest night out. And here to bring us all of the fashion scoop and is our very own fashion and beauty editor, Knox Mafu. Knox, this is so exciting. I love the fact that things are going back to normal. It's been a while since we've seen such a glamorous event, at least for me. Now that we are, you know, going back to that, let's first touch on what the theme for this year's Met Gala was.
Right, so it formed part of a two-pronged kind of theme, which is basically an anthropology of American fashion. And so now this year was about gilded glamour. And a lot of people weren't too sure what that meant, but the whole thing about that is about celebrating kind of the jewel tones, really like audacious wealth, really kind of over-the-top outfits that we hadn't seen, but it was very much focused on the 1800s, and people dressed like that to kind of conceal the civil unrest that was happening at the time. So really it was about over-the-top glam, jewel tones, like really taking it to the top. And it was really interesting to see how people missed it and some people got it right.
Well, listen, there were some in my eyes that definitely was a miss. So let's take a look at some of them. Like, who, in your opinion, you think didn't get the theme this year?
Well, I think, you know, it was very difficult. And as much as how brilliant Kim Kardashian looked, because I think she looked absolutely stunning, I just don't think it was on theme. I think that was something that was really far more in the 50s. But I mean, I love how great she looked. The lengths she went to fit into that dress is incredible. But in terms of like the real theme and the kind of audacious, it feels like Kim could wear this at any point, you know?
True, true. So the thing with her dress, I know it sparked quite a bit of a debate on Twitter because the dress is over 60 years old. It's been preserved in a museum. The way she lost weight to try and fit into that dress, very unhealthy. And then talk to me about Kylie Jenner's baseball cap.
So the baseball cap has actually been a point of conversation, and I think really what she was trying to do is latch on to kind of the American style of it. So if we think about baseball being a huge part of American culture, I think what she was trying to do here is kind of make an ode to that, but then of course playing with like a really big ruffle. I think there were just too many references in one dress, and I think that's where we lost it. But I do understand that baseball is a very big part of, you know, American culture. So I think she thought this was the time to showcase that.
Okay. Well, now that we've looked at who gave it a bit of a miss, can we please just take a look at who got the theme correct? Can I just say outright, Blake Lively?
That's my girl.
She is the Met Queen of fashion.
Absolutely. 2022 was her year. I think what she's done here with her Versace dress is really a beautiful ode to the Statue of Liberty, even the kind of copper colors, like we said, those jewel tones that we're looking for. She's done that so well. It's giving over the top, really on theme, the right type of colors. And also, we've never seen Blake like this before, which I think makes it such a Met moment. I think when it gets very ordinary, then you kind of miss the spectacular moment of the Met. But Blake and Ryan right next to her were absolutely incredible to me this year.
Oh, fantastic. Anyone else you want to have a look at?
So I think in terms of here, I really love, you know, what is done here. This is Jodie Turner-Smith, and she kind of played with a more playful kind of dress in her Gucci dress here. I love the kind of fringe detail in the front. It looks great against her skin. So again, we're seeing that ode to kind of like wealth. It may not be as big, but it has a lot of drama. And I think that's what we're looking for today.
It's a striking look.
It's definitely a striking look. And then if we move on to my third favorite look, which is absolutely exciting. And this is kind of speaking to really like that gilded kind of gold look. So she's kind of taken it more literally. I think she looks absolutely incredible. The lines in the dress, the focus on the waist, the shoulder detail, the hair detail. From hair and makeup, she really made considered choices and is actually one of my top 5 dresses.
Top 5. Oh, listen, we can talk fashion all day, every day. If you had to go to the Met, you got an invite, what would you have worn?
Oh, I would have taken, you know, Lizzo, actually, for instance, is someone who really did exceptionally well. So if I was going to dress like this, it would have been something to this effect. Something that is loud, something that really takes up the room. And she played her flute when she went down the stairs, which was really incredible. But I think it gives it a modern twist, you know. And so I think Lizzo, for me, was very much something that I would wear. And I think she looked absolutely cool, but modern, and giving a nod to the theme in a really good way.
And you know what? There were quite a few people that also just gave a little bit of a nod to the past.
Yes.
Look at
Stormzy. Now, Stormzy surprised me because he's not someone who really makes a noise when he's on the red carpet, but everything is so incredible here. I love the kind of ode to the past, but also really classic modern finishes. And I think this is a really big step out for him, and he looks regal, if you will. He really looks regal. And I think from a men's fashion perspective, he was a star for me, but of course a special mention to Ryan Reynolds, who also, alongside Blake, looked absolutely magnifique.
So dapper. I feel like when it comes to the Met, the focus is always on the women's fashion. Yes. But it's great that you were able to pinpoint some of the great males. Oh, listen, we can talk fashion all day, every day, but if you have it, there you have it. In fact, it's our top fashion moments from this past Met Gala, the 2022 that took place on Monday. And you can join in on the conversation by letting us know which look you think was the best dress at this year's Met Gala. You can let us know on social media.
Don't
change your lifestyle too much when you get a raise? Do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money choices seriously? Join Nedbank today.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Thank you so much for keeping it locked. And if you've just joined us, well, you're in for another treat because we are joined by an incredible human being, a musical statesman, if you will, musician Cameron Ward. And he's bringing us all the jazzy vibes in studio this morning. We've got the Male Bongwe medley coming your way in just a moment. But because we've got this incredible musician and, of course, our own encyclopedic knowledge of music in the form of Carl Wasty, we thought, let's play a little bit of game called Music Match. However, today we've added a little bit of a twist to it. Okay.
Oh,
no. So let's see how quick he can think on his feet. Now that his vocals have been warmed up, we're happy to hear him singing a cappella. So here's the deal, okay? I'm going to give you a word, okay? And then you've got to come up with a song that includes that word and sing it for us.
It has to be a real song, eh?
Well,
see,
the joy of me being the judge is I don't have an encyclopedic musical knowledge, and Jamie does it all the time. She just makes up gospel songs, and I'm like, oh, it must be a gospel song. Cool. So, it's up to you, because that's creativity, but it's going to be tough because you've got a fierce competitor here, huh?
Sure.
All right, but just to let you know what's at stake here, you see that beautiful shining brass monkey, the golden monkey.
Oh. Wow.
Okay, there is no higher honor. Certainly not within South African musical awards, eh?
It's the Champions League trophy of Expresso.
All right, so Mr. Wasty, I'm going to give our guest the option to start. And here is our first word, and it's a good one. Amazing.
Amazing grace. How sweet the sound.
Yes.
Oh, I felt that.
I actually felt like I was in church. You make me feel like I was in church.
Someone up there felt that, man. that resonated all the way up. I love that. Great. Point in the bag. Monkey's just edging a little bit closer to you. All right, Carl. You are this to me every day.
Yeah.
My gift.
Oh. The greatest gift of all is easy to achieve. Amen.
Nice.
Wow. Thank you.
Amen, brother.
Thank you.
Wow.
Amen. You see, you know that song, Greatest Gift of All?
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Done it. 1 plays 1. Nice. This one, also, I think you can do. Light.
You must give it that churchly vibe, eh?
You are the light of the world. And everything that comes in between.
Yes, yeah.
You are the light of the world.
Yes, you are.
And let your light shine.
You must let it shine. I felt that. Once again.
I
felt that.
I was on a church bench.
You even had the pastor's pause in between notes, you know, just to punctuate things. Absolutely beautiful. You guys are drilling this.
Look.
All right.
No, it's not you.
Does he have a hope or a prayer?
Oh, yes. Okay. How about like a little church where we say our prayer. You know what I say. I'm gonna take you there. Like a prayer, I'll take you there. Woo! You're like a dream to me.
Oh!
Thank you.
Whoa.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, eh? Did you feel that?
I felt that.
It was by Madonna. Do you know Madonna?
No, but I will find out later.
Thank you.
Give me my phone, you can Google it now. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we can take this in a different direction. Touch. Touch.
Come on now. There's got to be a gospel number with touch. Go for it.
Touch. In the name of Jesus. Oh, touch. Touch. In the name of the Lord. Continue to touch. In the name of Jesus.
Hear me, Lord.
Can you touch somebody today?
Beautiful. You can touch the monkey if you want.
Look here, that was. I'm actually a bit emotional after that. I'm fine.
Let's see if we can make you more pious now. Abide.
Abide. Okay, here we go. Can we go to church now?
Yeah,
I think you need to open the good book for this one, man.
Oh Lord, we abide and we stay by your side. And it's you, oh, it's you, and we abide.
Okay. I think you should have written that one down, eh?
Because that actually, I was actually going to ask you if Gospel Meets Chairs, 14th of May, New Hope Church, that you'd sing that song.
Absolutely.
If you don't mind.
Definitely.
Thank you, so that'd be great.
I think you must open with that one.
Yeah.
And because this is such a blossoming friendship, why don't we do the word friend? Okay?
I am a friend of God.
Amen.
We are friend of God.
Yes, we are.
We are friend of God. That makes us friends.
Yes! That makes us friends. We are friends. I felt that we are friends.
Wow.
Yo, once again, I am a friend.
If we get sued for rights, okay, on this show, if some international gospel artist writes us and said you're not allowed to change the words of my song on national TV, okay, the bill is going to you. That's brilliant. You guys are amazing.
It's for
I can't believe this. So far, the 100% success rate. Sweet.
Oh, okay. All right, sweet. Dear Lord, your sweet grace is upon us. Dear Lord, your sweet grace will guide us. Dear Lord, Your sweet message is around us, dear Lord.
Wow.
I feel sweet.
Wow.
I think it's sweet. I think you sweet.
That's it. That's it.
Oh,
Thank
can
you.
we call it a joy? You guys were absolutely superb.
Thank you, my
Do you
brother.
feel a bit more like lifted?
Wow.
I'm not sure if one of those was an actual song, but they were amazing, guys. They were amazing. Your voices were beautiful. You know what? I'm going to let you do what you do best, my friend, and go and join your amazing band. Now that we've warmed up those vocal cords, get out of here, man. Grab that microphone.
best.
Hey? A sweet victory. You share half of the little monkey.
I'm happy with it. I want to give him the whole monkey. He was great. He was absolutely amazing.
One of our best, man. Well, hopefully that took you to church this morning. If not, time for another spiritual performance, and this one is called, as I mentioned earlier, the Male Bongwe Medley. Enjoy.
This guy, Cameron Ward, 14 May, New Hope Church. Please go support him. That is the type of feeling that you need in your life. So please, it's a free gig as well, because it has to be free. Because you know what? That spirituality, it is free. So take it with you and give us a couple of seconds. We'll be right back just after these. to Feel Good Breakfast Show. I know we left you on the Expresso stage, but we're back here because I wanted to chat to Cameron Ward. Now, the thing is, you do realize that there is a TikTok challenge that is stuck in our minds and probably yours as well. The whole, So if you want to just get a reminder, this is going to be in your head all day. Take a look. See, that's the feeling when people don't get, you know, to the New Hope Church on the 14th of May and don't see you. You know what they're going to be at home doing? Away. So, here's the thing. I would like you to introduce me to some of the individuals, Cameron Ward, that could actually be a part of our challenge. Because it's so important that we get this going. I want you to be a part of it, but who else can we select here who you think would be the perfect candidates for a bit of a challenge? That's the whole thing.
I nominate Jason Ward.
Okay.
Avery.
Okay, there we go.
Enrico and Abby.
Okay, so basically all the people that can sing except Jason. Thank you. That's perfect. So, perfect. I love you. Okay, great. Now, okay, who's going to go up first? Because we need to make this happen.
Let's give it to Abby.
Yeah, let's go. Abby. All right. So what you need to do is you'll check the video out, get the time right, think about a song that's got a in it that you can add, and take it from there. But you're going to have to time it beautifully. Are you ready for this? Okay, so just give it a peek. Here it comes. Get the timing.
I believe I can fly. And I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. I spread my wings and fly away.
Wow. All right. Hey. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Why are you back up singing? You must be here in this front and center. Hello. Okay, cool. Who's up next?
Enrico.
Enrico, remember, time it. Think about a song that's got in it somewhere that you can add.
Can I make up my own song?
You can make up your own. If you want to, let's see how it goes. Why not? We did. Here we go.
I feel like...
Okay, well, that's
definitely has the I in
it. That's why he's a backup singer. I'm sitting here. I'm just kidding. We love you. All right, Cameron. Who's up next?
Avery.
Now remember, try and get the timing and Okay, ready?
Yes.
Hoi, let's go.
Don't wanna go another day.
Wow.
So I'm telling you exactly what is on my mind.
Oh, wow. Okay, can you not, you also need to be front and center. That was absolutely incredible. Now, we need to get Jason a mic. So one of your mics, please, so that we can get Jason, the one that actually can sing, apparently. Right, ladies and gentlemen, for your enjoyment, this is the... I want you to front and center. There we go, just here. Right, Jason Ward. All right, here we go. Time it nicely.
I see us in the park, strolling the summer days, imagining what lovers do with words from my heart. Yeah.
I don't want to bore you with your yeah. My word, that was absolutely incredible. Jason Ward, thank you so much. Well done. Cameron Ward, which one of your people do you feel need to win the art challenge here for your band? Okay, which one?
I'll definitely give it to, I've been thinking about it for the longest time.
Okay, great.
It goes to
it's
Enrico.
been a minute. Hey, who?
Enrico.
Congratulations, Enrico. Congratulations. Yes. Wow. And that's how we do it. No matter what you do, I know there's something that you need to go, as in put in your mouth. And we got that for you in the kitchen, Israel and Zoe.
Absolutely loved it. Yes! And of course, this is nothing but sweetness going down. And of course, with Mother's Day around the corner, you've got something to prepare. Yes, that's a sweet treat for her. And this next recipe is just what it's about, you know?
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks, Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic.
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back to the kitchen, and it's time to mix things up this year, and we're going to be adding something delicious. Yes, it's a sticky toffee edition of a pudding that is going to be added to the menu. How good does that sound? I mean, come on, yes, we've got everything covered for you, and this classic recipe will be an absolute keeper, trust me, and there's no better way to serve it up than with Clover Classic Custard. And here to show us how is Zozo in the building.
And I'm very excited for this recipe. So, Raul, in front of you, you've got some dates that's been soaking overnight.
I see so, yeah.
We've added it with a bit of hot water. Please, can you add some of the bicarb? That's going to act as a little bit of a rising agent. So really just to add a little bit of that.
All right.
And what I have here is I've already creamed our sugar and butter together. So it is nice and creamy. I'm going to add our eggs as well as our vanilla essence.
All right.
And our self-raising flour as well as the dates that you are finishing up over there.
Okay, so where's the stickiness coming from?
The stickiness will be coming from the sauce. There's the toffee sauce that we will be making separately.
Yum.
So this is the actual pudding.
Okay.
We're making it in a bit of a flat base. Did you add all the bicarb?
All of it, all right. As you request, ma'am, all in there. All right.
Fantastic. You can add that in here.
Into this. Okay, so all the wet ingredients now are getting combined.
Mixing all of our wet ingredients.
After that, we're using dates as well. Such a nutritional fruit actually more than anything else. But with that being said, I mean, it's something that just coming off the fast has been such a good meal and such a good opportunity to break your fast with. Reason being, it has all that nutritional value in it. So yes, we're doing a pudding, but we are still ticking a little bit of a health box there, you know.
We are.
For those who are feeling a little bit guilty, maybe don't worry, we got you covered.
It brings a great sweetness to it. Yes. It really replenishes the energy. It was something I really enjoyed using when I was training for the cycle tour. Even on race day, that was what was in my back pocket in a little Ziploc bag.
Okay.
I snacked on some dates throughout the race. So I'm going to put you on stirring duty.
Get to work here, yeah?
You're going to just really mix that really, really well before we add it to our dish. And I'm going to start off with our syrup. So I've got the pan going, our little pot. I'm going to add our butter, our sugar, as well as a little bit of honey. And this is what's going to create our sticky sauce.
Just the thought of that, that's just going to be good. I can't wait to see how this comes out. And I see you are about to use our hero ingredient. We've got the Clover Classic Custard over there. And of course, Mzansi Clover Classic Custard is a versatile option. It's easy to use with any dessert, and it's obviously delicious on its own too. I mean, clearly we've tried it all, and I know you have too now. The creamy, smooth, and delicious flavor of Clover Classic Custard complements the sweet, sticky flavors of this pudding, and Zoe's about to make that happen right now. How are you looking with the sauce there? The stickiness of it all.
Is going, of course, we're getting that stickiness from the sugar we are using as well as the honey.
Okay.
Waiting for the butter to melt, and then we're going to let it reduce a little bit before I add a bit of cream. And this is what we're going to use to pour over our pudding that you are
that I have just finished up here, yeah.
And then we want to serve it with our delicious Clover Classic Custard. We're going for the vanilla flavor. While the butter is melting, we'll let that go for a little bit.
I'm smelling, it's looking
really good.
Yeah, the consistency is nice and smooth, and I'm just saying the smell and the notes I'm getting from this alone, it's like a warmth to it. It's got that sort of like winter comfort feel. I can so imagine this pairing so well with that sauce that you're making over there. So I'm doing this right, yeah?
You are doing it right. You're adding that to our dish. And of course, we're going to pop this into the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. If you are, we're using a flat dish. If you are going to make it into a thicker dish and a bit more of a thicker cake, obviously you'll have to change your baking time slightly.
If you're anything like me, you might want to make 3 of these because 1 is definitely not going to be enough for everybody. All right, so I think I've done my duties to your standards. I don't know what you think of that, Zoe. That's what's going in the oven?
I think that's good. We're going to pop that into the oven. I'm still busy here melting our sugar, our syrup, and just waiting for this piece of butter to melt. And this is really going to be that delicious stickiness to the pudding that we are making.
I couldn't resist. I know you're also the same when it comes to the bowl. We love getting the extras and the leftovers. This tastes so good. It's got a sweetness to it already. The dates, are the dates in here or is it in the sauce?
The dates are in there.
Oh, I'm getting that natural sweetness in this as well. I'm just imagining what this is going to be when it combines together. I think the custard as well as that sauce is just going to make perfection.
Adding our cream. Thank you. And this really is a delicious and easy recipe. This needs to cook down until it's that sticky sauce consistency that you want. So also, with it being a lot of sugar, you do not want to leave this unattended or alone because it can burn quite quickly.
All right, so stay in the kitchen, stay getting involved. And of course, you want to get the recipe inspiration, you can visit expressoshow.com. Plus, you can celebrate your everyday occasions with Clover Classic and stand a chance to win your share of 500,000 Rand in prizes. Now, simply what you got to do is buy any Clover Classic product and WhatsApp the till slip of your purchase to 074 909 000. Sorry, quadruple zero. So that's 074 909 0000. And your T's and C's can be found at clover.co.za. What are you waiting for? Get ready for classic, timeless taste. And if you missed any of the steps to this delectable indulgence, well, don't worry, we got you covered. Here's the recipe recap right now. Well done, sir. It's just beautiful.
Made with love by Clover. Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh man, it's bittersweet that we returned to you one last time because our amazing performer, Cameron Ward, and his band of angels are about to leave us, but they're not going to leave us empty-handed. They're going to be ending off with one more beautiful traditional song, and it's just for you. Guys, you have been wonderful, so thank you so, so much. Cam, we love you, guys. Thank you so much for taking us on a musical journey that's going to continue right now. Ons sal mekaar ontmoet. Enjoy.
Cheers to the sweet taste of time off, celebrating the lust of summer, and to family memories made with love by Clover.
Another feel